young man you are.
What a forward young man you are. Yeah, can you believe that? What a weird intro for someone to have. Yeah, that's how I get, into a call is, oh, what a forward young man you are, Mr. Jaffe. Oh
Do you have to potty? You have to poo-poo?
A little bit. Why?
Ace, go sit down. Go.
Oh, you're talking to the dog
to
again.
Animals.
Oh, my
Talking
God.
to animals.
This guy right
Makes
here.
no
Ace,
fucking
come on,
sense.
go sit down. Go sit down, baby.
You know we're live, right?
Yeah, whatever.
What do you mean, what? What do you mean?
You know what a forward young man, that's from Anne Hathaway.
That's from your Discord intro. No, it's
Yeah,
not.
but which I took from Anne Hathaway.
You're not taking shit from anybody.
What?
I don't know. You're a forward young man, allegedly, at 55 years old or whatever.
Oh my God, it's a line from Anne Hathaway in an interview, whore.
Is it?
What's up?
Yes.
Oh, I didn't know.
Yeah. I just told you that like 20 times.
Oh, can you say it one more time?
No. Okay, I may have to take Ace out.
I thought you just took him out.
No, he's laying down. Good. I don't know what the fuck he wants.
He's a dog. Just tell him to lay down.
It's almost like he can't talk.
Your dog pees and shits everywhere, so I think
my dog has separation anxiety. Your dog's glad
what happened to your dog
you.
yesterday? You said I woke up at 3 a.m. and you're like, yeah, there's like a hair tie sticking out of Courage's asshole.
Yeah, if a dog eats a fucking hair tie, guess what's gonna happen?
Yeah, and that's what I'm
shit
saying.
out a hair tie.
Right. So, let's not compare fucking dogs, idiot.
My dog's better than your dog.
Yeah.
My dog is
cooler.
Outrageously better than your dog.
My dog can beat up your dog.
Your dog is poorly trained, though. Your dog has no discipline.
Your dog is poorly neutered.
What's up?
No, he's not.
What's that voice I'm hearing?
God telling you to get your shit together.
Are you watching something?
No.
Is that porn in the background? What is that?
I don't hear anything.
What am I hearing? What's going on?
What is this start?
Where are we? Who are we?
Do you actually hear sound in the background? Because
I heard sound in the background.
Yeah. I don't know what he's talking about.
Are we starting the show? I thought you were playing that intro or something. I don't want to play that.
He's playing Madhouse. Madhouse.
We're doing the intro.
You already know. LolCow loco, come chill with the crew. Couple wild cholo, yeah, we breaking the rules. Down in the crypt where the echoes all boom. Trying through the LCU, make a legend real soon. 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 LolCow locos, candle low, lights dim. Laughing at the world when the walls cave in. From the shadows to the stage, yeah, we all break through. Crypt door slam, screaming LC.
Jaffe!
Posted in the crypt where the air stay cold. Concrete dreams and the stories get bold.
Jaffe!
On the walls, time stuck on pause. Laugh track bouncing off the outlaw laws. TechProtect with the circus on lock. Brain wild like a glitch in the block. Talking big plans, scheming real loud, laugh now.
You don't care. You fucking don't care.
It's not that
old man.
It's not that I don't care. It's the fact is I'm judging you negatively. It's the irony of it.
You are okay. You won't, and you're judging me negatively for what?
Yes, not because
we were enjoying that.
For enjoying
we could have had all the moment together. We could have just bonded as a family, but you ruined it.
This is what the problem with your generation is, Jaffe.
Not because you're dancing, but because it was one thing. This is so LCU, and this is why we have to talk about what we're talking about today. But it's one thing when one or two shows says, hey, you know what would be fun? Let's play around with AI music. And now every fucking show does it. And it's just like,
no, when something happens multiple times, how awful. All right.
When
who cares how fun it is?
When your job is to, which you guys seem to think somewhere, like I said this the other day, somewhere along the line, somebody really sold you guys the bill of goods in the LCU that you guys are entertainers, right? You're not entertainers. You're at best background diversions while people are like, fucking or doing laundry, right? So let's be clear. If you want to be good, you need to find your own thing, right? Don't just rip off someone else's thing. And so, yeah, whenever I hear that song, It's not that I don't like the song. It's not that I don't want to have fun. It's that it's just like, oh, how creatively bankrupt this place is.
Who cares? We have entertainment in us. And you have arrhythmia in you. Okay.
Let me fucking tell you.
You can't follow a beat because your heart doesn't follow its own beat. You got to get a
Arguably, it's also worse that you're not dancing. You're just sitting there. Like, that's arguably even less entertaining, right? No, like not go along with it and talk about it afterwards.
You're on this train.
I was playing Marvel Snap. I don't know what the fuck you were doing. I mean,
I'm on your Steam page right now. You're playing Honey Pop.
My point.
I can see
that bankrupt.
Well, hey, let me explain something else. Got nothing. I do have a lot because today's topic is great. Whore. You'll be lucky to live as long as I am. Sit the fuck. Well, of course.
Lucky.
God forbid you be moving
80.
around.
Yeah, 80s is an advanced age. That's like hard mode in a video game for sure.
Shut up, MF Medea.
Yeah, you and Trump are like brothers, right?
Let me tell you something. That motherfucker. Did you see what he just did?
Let me guess. Like he powdered his nose with Cheeto dust again.
I don't know what kind of
dust. Railroaded the conversation.
I don't know what kind of dust he's powdering it with, but he literally sent a
dick pic,
a tweet over the weekend to the head of I don't even know, it was one of the Nordic countries, and it's like, since you didn't give me the Nobel Prize, which they don't do, it's a committee, it's got nothing to do with the president.
Yeah.
I'm just going to stop worrying about maybe America being peaceful, and we're just going to do stuff that we want. And it's like, dude, you're a fucking, speaking of senile, here, a senile fucking old fucking man, and the Republicans should do better and get this fucker out of there.
Do you know where most people are senile?
In Egypt?
In Egypt, yep. That's where most people senile. What a wonderful start. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good fucking everything. Welcome to LolCow Crypt. It's a wonderful morning. We've been cooking up some sauce over the weekend. We've been theory crafting. Because we've been a little hypercritical, okay? Obviously, LolCow Crypt has been known as the commie show. We've been, this fucking host is shit. Oh, this person's boring. This person sleeps with Andy Gibb. Like, we've been, judging people externally for quite some time here on LolCow Crypt. But what if we were judging them from the top, the tippity top, right? What changes would the cast of LolCow Crypt make to the universe if we owned the LCU? If we went and bought the LCU, right, from the Keemstar guy, what would we do? What differences would be affected on the shows? Like, would Boogie be fired so often? All right, would Boogie be playing up this? Yeah, the black people picking cotton wasn't so difficult. It's just your hands. Would we allow that?
I knew this was our topic because we talked about it, and I started brainstorming. I would. I mean, this place could be so much. The problem with this place, honestly, is Keemstar is sitting on, I don't want to say it's like a gold mine because it may not be, but the potential to sort of be, maybe 50% of the success of like Jackass 1.5 is huge. And I don't know if it's lack of discipline. I don't know if it's lack of talent. I don't know if he's just too committed to this kid behind the camera guy and he just doesn't have what it takes to sort of get the LCU there. He's like gotten as far as he can. But I do look at it and I say, there is a lot of wasted potential. So I thought it was actually a fun thought exercise while I was shitting on the toilet, of course. And, to go, what would I do, if I ran the LCU? It's been a fun thought experiment for sure.
So how do we want to start with this? Do we start with like each show individually and then work our way down? To like every host.
I think it's let's start at the top. Let's start at the
live.
Well, no. I mean the top, meaning the mission statement for the company. Oh. What is this trying to achieve? What decisions need to get made in order to achieve the North Star? And I wonder what the North Star would be, right?
Yeah.
So for me, first off, I think what you have to do is you have to axe some shows, axe some hosts. You probably want to get rid of Kid Behind the Camera for a variety of reasons. You probably want to bring in a HR person who is not going to be like an obnoxious.
It's going to be so liberal. Is what
It's not. No. Listen. You want to bring in an HR person not because you want them to take the fun away. You want to make it very clear this wants to be, 90s attitude era wrestling. This wants to be Howard Stern in his heyday. We're not looking to make it super everybody's always nice and perfect and all that. And they have to be on board with that. But there are also every month in this place, there's a lawsuit that could happen and just decimate the whole thing, right?
So what you want to do is you want to make it behind the scenes a very corporate structure where it's like
behind
the scenes.
You're not going to keep the creatives if you make it very corporate.
Yeah, but what you're saying is like, hey, sign this document that says that the things said by hosts on the shows are not like really meant to harm you. If Steak says, if I see you at fat camp, I'm beating your ass. Like that's part of the show. It's not actually a statement of violence. Like we have to all understand.
Right. Or you actually, God forbid, do background checks on people before you make them hosts. So
or hire them, yeah.
Right. And so you make sure you're not getting, people doxing other people or people throwing rocks into people's windows or sending out their groups to do such things, because it not because I'm against fun and craziness and stuff. And I would, trust me, I have some ideas that are not going to be HR friendly, but I think you want to make sure that your foundation is secure, so that you can actually build, a company that is big. Because here's the biggest problem with the LCU right now is it's so insular. Right? No, it's very hard. Like I haven't seen all the stats, but I'm almost certain the stats I've seen, writ large apply, which is to say that if you look at the returning viewers versus new viewers, the new viewers are probably in the basement, right?
Because it is the smallest amount of new viewership I've seen on any YouTube channel I've had access to.
Because it's not to say, it has to be more welcoming. It's just that if you didn't jump on at the right point, you don't know what the fuck is going on, and you're not interested.
Yeah,
and that's leaving a lot of money on the table and entertainment.
I've made this note to a couple of the shows, right? LolCow Test, shout out Grim who's here. What they found, and this is going to be a weird correlation, Minecraft YouTubers, right? Minecraft YouTubers who have been in the game for like a decade have found out that when you do shit like Let's Play episode 892, right? Oh, I've been doing this for so long. No one wants to hop into that fucking stream because like, oh shit, I'm down 900 episodes of content because I'm seeing in the title. I see the title is part fucking 430. Fuck you. I'm not going to do that. And I've told
then all these background like jokes that were made in like episode 432. Yeah, references. You're like, bro, I literally have to watch the entirety of it.
When you put in the title and you're like, what the fuck? Why would I want to be a part of this? Now it's like watching One Piece. It's like, fuck me, dude.
Yeah.
Now again, to be fair, I'm not saying, I know there are people that love that and they're like, dude, that's what YouTube's for. Not everything has to be, for everyone. The niche is what makes it appealing. I get that. And you have to be very gentle with that and you don't want to destroy that. But at the same time, when you look at how much they made, and it's impressive to say, LolCow Live over 2 years made $1 million, right?
Yep.
Well, is it really? So basically you made $500,000 in a year. You split that probably 4 ways, not to mention when YouTube takes their cut. And the people who actually do the work usually, because Keemstar's not really on it anymore, he probably doesn't need to be getting the size of the cut he's getting.
Well, because he owns it. So he's
I understand, but how are you going to motivate people to do the show if you're having to split a large pie that's already been chopped into by Keemstar and YouTube, right? How are you going to keep real talent there? And I would argue that show, needs to be the one that, really anchors everything more than it currently is. So anyway, I would clean house on some of these hosts. I would get rid of the B circuit. It's ridiculous. It's a dumb, stupid idea right now.
I can agree with that.
Well, I think the issue is the reason why it seems so dragged with all the additional shows is again because the outreach sector, right? There's only so much money to donate. There's nothing here bringing in a new audience, because if I tune into a show where it's like, oh, Lisi has drama with Yo Mama, right? That's a good title. Like, oh, well, I have to know who your mama is. I have to know who Lacey is. I have to know what the background of their argument is. And if they're not presenting that at the top of the show, 10 minutes in, I'm like, okay, they're making so many references to shit that I don't understand as a new viewer. Fuck, I'm out
because a lot of them are not actually entertainers.
Yeah.
That's the thing. I mean, it's like entertaining is you have to take into account the new audience, the old audience, the legacy audience, all of it. And they just show up and they just like yell at the camera, and it's like, okay, Gidgey, you're an entertainer, I guess.
It's
you're
you ever seen Grey's Anatomy, Jaffe?
Yeah.
You ever seen or House, or one of these like long-standing programs where it's like 5 seasons and it's just drama. Every episode is like a drama thing. The reason why they are like palatable to a new viewer is because the drama in place is not revolved around like super deep connections to these characters from like a season ago. Right? It's like
previous events.
Well,
no. It's not entirely tied to that. It does have an aspect to it. It's layered.
You have a new. You have every episode is self-contained.
Yep.
So you can watch it in any order.
Yeah.
And you can watch it, and the narrative works. And then there are those little member berries and little seeds that they plant for. Oh my God! Remember. Whatever, who was is McDreamy?
Oncologist, I forget his name.
Yeah. So that is why when LolCow Live did episodes like Boogie's on the fucking highway picking up trash, right? Yeah. There's a reason why he's doing that. He fucked up on a previous episode, but just watching that source of drama by itself is like
that lives above
the surface of what is the background of the show. But a lot of the shows, they default, and maybe this is because Kid Behind the Camera is a creative director, but they default to these prolonged series of dramas that existed for the past months, if not half a fucking year, right? To be the source of entertainment value for the episode. So that's one factor. And then the second thing is, we've talked about it before, shows that cover specific topics, like what Madhouse is doing, they had higher external viewership than any other YouTube channel on the local network, right? People would tune in because the episode was like, were aliens up that guy's ass? Can Jesus sex dolls be marketed in the U.S.? Like shit like that.
But it's harder to succeed the minute you, and that's the real challenge. Like kind of like if you're making a list of, if we ran this, how do we solve this problem? Which is if Nerds actually talks about nerd topics, like, hey, we're going to spend today talking about the first 2 episodes that premiered over the weekend of Starfleet Academy. Right, which a lot of people in the nerd sphere are talking about. I'm sure nerds might love it, but most people would go, "Well, I'm not going to watch that."
Because, that's the issue as well, because a lot of people were getting hung up on like the actual name of their show as well, and they try to like cater to that niche. And then all of a sudden the viewership would drop. Majority of people are not interested. Like you not only have to take consideration of the people that exist that currently watch the network that jump from one show to the next because people are redirecting and whatnot, right? Bring in new viewership, which is obviously already difficult in itself because you have to bring everybody in and catch them up as to what's going on with the show as well as the universe. And then last but not least, you now have this niche topic that you want to talk about. For example, like you're mentioning like MCU or something like that. Like not everybody's gonna be interested in that. Like I'm not interested in Marvel shit, right? So I wouldn't tune into that, right? But I would try to typically watch every show because I'm in the universe. However, if I was first fucking coming in, I can understand it was difficult to just be like, who the fuck is your mama? Like, I don't know who this person is.
And the other thing is the minute you start to go, okay, we're going to double down and really talk about nerd stuff or Star Trek or whatever, then you're going up against...
But Keen doesn't allow that. Yeah.
Well, we did it on Madhouse, but then you're going up against, like, if it's movie stuff, like the John Campea show, or you're going up against people that are already kind of, little titans in the YouTube pool of that thing. So then you really have the talent issue, right? Yeah. The fact that you guys, not you, well, I guess you guys, us guys, Keem guys, whatever, the fact that, I want you to think about right now. It feels like an Amway or a you should be here or a pyramid scheme. The fact that so many of these people become hosts are just donators and people in the Discord. How many people are watching because they want to watch, and how many people are watching because they want to be a host? And there's a point where it's just diminishing returns. And maybe that's why Keemstar's like, look, let's have a B, let's have a C, let's have a D tier, because a lot of our money comes from donators who want to show. Because they think, oh, I'll be the one to be the next Boogie, which is a horrific concept to think about. That's what you would want to be, but go with God, I suppose. So yeah, we would need to make some changes. Yeah.
Couple things, right? I personally think the A circuit and the B circuit should be separated by a business term called cycle and recycle, right? You have two parts of your business, right? You have the cycle, which is like the cycling door. People are going to come in, they're going to try it out, they're going to go out, right? And you have the recycle. It's these people have been in the building and we're going to keep them here through a process of like subscriptions or like the shit they're used to, right? The A circuit, like LolCow Live and Rewind and all they should be the recycled shows, the ones that love the drama. They're invested with the fucking timelines of lore of all this. And then the B circuit shows should be more topic based. They should be attractive towards external audiences to get them through the fucking door and experiment with like new topics, new concepts.
Super chatted
Hold on, here we go.
$9.99. It's a show about doing the show. LCU formula.
True, $10. It's a show about doing the show. LCU formula, exactly. But we're different because we have a proposal towards the end of the episode.
Well, yeah, but we actually have. I mean, okay. So I don't want to do like a tier thing, but there are some hosts I would keep and get rid of. Right? I'm curious.
I want to put on your screen real quick because we have to start from the top of the top. All right, so I'm going to share my screen. Okay. We have, this is a scene from LolCow Live from I think a couple days ago. This is Albert on his shitty Metro PCS knockoff fucking like Apple phone. It's like called like a grapple phone. And he's playing basketball and he was wearing a full Ghost outfit. And by Ghost I mean like a white sheet with holes in it with a pointed little cap. And he was just playing basketball with his friends.
That Ghost.
Yeah, that type of Ghost. As you can see, he took half of it off. There he goes.
Good lord.
Yeah, he's a character, right?
It's a wonderful outfit.
And we have the 3 stars currently of LolCow Live. Boogie, Steak, Albert. What do you think, Jaffe? Who are we keeping? Who are we throwing away?
So I think you get rid of Steak.
Why?
I think he's vanilla and boring.
He threatened to beat up Boogie.
Have you watched any of Live or Nuts or anything?
No.
Yeah.
That's probably why. I mean,
which one's Steak? No, I'm kidding.
Steak is the guy at the bottom with the green.
I know.
He has the droopy eye in the bottom.
I know.
Right.
Here's what I would do. Boogie. Okay, so here's what I would do on some of these shows. First off, and I've got to deviate a little bit because I would get Boogie off this show, is what I would do. I would start a new show. And I'm not even fucking with you. You have to spend a little money. I think you have to make shows that have some interesting high concepts, right? So, and I'm not saying you have to spend tons of money, but I think we put Yo Mama on a show with Boogie. And the idea is that it is reverse racism where Boogie is Yo Mama's slave, right? Okay. Ideally, if it makes money, we could actually do it on a plantation where Yo Mama is there and Boogie is the slave. I'm serious. And you could do IRL because Boogie is clearly a racist guy, seemingly anyway. And he would have to do things like pick cotton and he would have to clean the house and all that stuff. And it would be...
He's indoor and outdoor? You can't do that. He's got to be one or the other.
No.
Desi could be indoor, and then he could be outdoor.
I don't want to get into whatever. Yeah, Desi could be like Broomhilda in Django Unchained. But I think that would be... Yeah. I think I would do that. Okay, so in that I would keep Boogie. I would obviously keep Yo Mama. Even without this, I would keep Yo Mama. He's talented.
Yeah, but these 3 first, right?
Albert is such a... I think we would have to ask ourselves, like, what we want from, again, the North Star. What are these shows, right? So, like, what can someone like Steak do if we gave him more of a format and something where it was trying to be more than just... talking and bitching and yelling into the microphone about other people.
It seems like you don't have a lot of information on Steak. I should just give you some character notes.
I know some information. Let me give you
some character notes. Hold on. Let me give you some additional character notes, okay?
Well, you told me he was a dickhead, so I just trusted you.
Steak, self-admitted schizophrenic, right? For months, he believed that Keemstar was sending white vans to his house.
That's true.
He also, after my little conversation about Charlie Kirk, he was like, fuck it. Fuck George Floyd. Fuck that guy. He should. He was giving real hard takes about George Floyd.
Okay, then I have it. Okay, then let's make a show. And here's the show. Hang on. That's all I need to know. Here's the show. You give him a show and you say, look, we're gonna keep paying you. We're gonna put you on leave for now. If you get a clean bill of health from a therapist, we just need to know you're safe. But the whole thing, the therapist is a very sexy woman actress, and we film it every session. And so he thinks, it's like the Truman Show, he thinks he's actually in therapy, but it's actually just she is totally gaslighting and fucking with it. It's awesome.
Is horrible.
It's awesome.
That is horrible. Feeding into schizophrenia even more than it already is.
Sure.
That's awful.
And then it would be like that Nathan show where like the super chats go directly to the therapist earpiece.
Yeah.
So it's like ask him if he sees, little tiny Smurfs running around right now, because the medicine should make sure he doesn't. And just fuck with him, right?
We have someone deliver flowers to his house, right? And he's like, "Oh, thank you." And then we tell his wife, throw the flowers away, and then have another van deliver flowers to his house. And he's like, "I already got them." And he looks around, he can't find the flowers. And he's like, "No, it's the first time I've been here."
You deliver flowers and put a little tiny microphone in it and have it be like the voice of God.
And it's right on the pedal, and it's visible. Yeah. It's visible as well. He's like,
oh. So he has no idea, and it's
it's better if it's visible.
They're talking to me. The flowers are like, so we should do that. Okay, now this is the piece de resistance. This is going to be, because I also think, and you have to start small, because you don't want to be out there spending a lot of money and nobody comes to your meet and greets. But I think LolCow is big enough that they could do okay with some meet and greets, right? So here's what you do. We send Tina, because we obviously want to keep Tina, and I guess Albert, to like some concert. We just get them out of their trailer home for like a day, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then the next day she's streaming and everything starts rumbling because we've actually hooked the trailer up to a truck and they don't realize it. And we literally steal their trailer home and they're inside it and they're basically never know where they're going to go every day. And they're doing the show from the trailer and Tina has no idea where she's going to end up. And sometimes they drop them off in Compton and shit, and I mean, and you can also get some meet and greet and autographs and shit like that. That would be amazing, right? So what I'm saying is you need some shows that are actually event shows that are actually planned and interesting. That one would cost the most out of all of them. Like, even if we didn't want to rent a plantation, we could get Boogie being a slave to Yo Mama just in his home. We wouldn't, and he went, So I think you can kind of scale the budgetary. So number one is you need some anchor events per season, which they don't have now. Fat Camp ain't it, right? Hey, it's Fat Camp. I'm Keemstar shooting paintballs at people in the And you could tell last year on Fat Camp, they tried. It's like every day they were trying so hard to go viral, but you have to plan this shit. It's like, let's push a car into the water. Whatever.
Some of it was planned, but I will admit, being there, majority of it was definitely on the spot. What could be thought of?
Yeah.
Based off of what they had, the car pushing into the fucking lake, that was definitely planned. There's no way you just fucking randomly have that idea and then.
But I'm saying it's not a good idea. It's a good idea if Boogie Fuck You were pissed at you. You're sleeping in the car tonight, and then they push it into the water with Boogie in the car.
That would have been better.
Right. Yeah. That's at least, but there's nothing.
And it's possibly kill him.
Yeah.
No,
I mean, the car was only pushed 100 feet total back and forth, right? If they had to do a lap around the compound with the car and it took them 3 hours, record that shit. That would have been something.
I could just see him drowning in shallow water.
Super chatted $10.
We got a dono.
Should be in charge. The ideas are chef's kiss, and because Keem isn't as smart as he thinks. Just an opinion from this.
You want to read it out, Jaffe?
Upside down face emoji.
No, because it'll make me sound like I'm glazing myself. Why don't you go ahead?
All right, Grim, go ahead.
All right. Ashes to Ashes with the $10. Jaffe should be in charge. The ideas are chef's kiss. Because Keem isn't as smart as he thinks. Just an opinion from the dumb bish. Upside down smiley face.
Thank you.
It's
Ashes
not Keem's issue. It's his obsession with kid behind the camera thinking he's some kind of
savant of entertainment,
triple H level entertainer. And they did one thing
to play the game.
There's been one thing they've done here that was great, where I really was quite impressed with the storytelling, which was when it looked like Rastov was going to get fired and they fired him, and then they made him the host of LolCow Live. I'm like, okay, that was that was a really good bit. but the vast majority of them you can see coming a mile away, and they're the same.
We can only do that so many times too. Like, how many times have they fucking fired somebody? Like, oh my god, it gets so boring.
Yeah,
so you
nightmare.
need some of these. I don't mean anchor shows like they call LolCow Live, but you need some of these
events
really
shows.
good,
Bigger.
yeah, where there's a high concept there that, like you said, Boogie picking up trash, that you come to it because the high concept's compelling, and then sure, maybe you'll start diving into the lore, but there's no shallow into the swimming pool with most of these shows. You're either all in or you've been left behind a year ago, 5 years ago, whenever it was. Okay, so that's number one. Well, number one is get rid of the B tier. Don't start the B tier to your A tier.
Keep the B tier, but only keep it external reach, right? Make that a specific network of shows that are trying to reach out to external audiences, where those hosts are like, oh, I want to do a collab with a smaller YouTube channel that talks about stuff that my show kind of covers.
Maybe, but you don't have time. You don't have you're not successful enough in one area yet, right? I mean, I think there's going to be so much work to be done to make these main shows relevant.
That's why you have each show kind of like and I'm making a guess here. You know Percy Jackson, like, oh, these little like demigods have the camps and all this. Make a host from the A tier be the sponsor for one of the B tier shows, where they get a little bit of the cut from the revenue of the show and they try and promote it, right? And they use their star power to try and get them to be a good show, right? If Billy the Fridge was mentoring another show on the B tier, right, the B stream circuit, then maybe we see some new creative avenues that would be risky for
really
the
like
this.
No,
I really like this pyramid scheme. This is a great idea.
You're spreading it. You're spreading it too thin. What you should do.
There's enough Billy to go around.
Well, there's not, but
you could spread that too fat, maybe.
What you should do is do it like The Voice. Like, I know a lot of we're having auditions, and it's awful, right? But if you really build a show around that, let's find the next LolCow star, and it's bits, and you're driving around the country looking for people, and it's like like watching videos. And it's edited, so it's finding the next LolCow star or finding American Idol. It's only funny when they edit it and show you the worst auditions at the beginning of the season. And every now and then it's like, oh my god, that person's really good. So that's my guy. But what they literally show us is everything, and there's a reason they edit that shit, because most of it's crap, and not crap in a good way, but like really dull.
This sounds like. This sounds like could have been records with Drewski, where he literally like drives or he goes around the country or even in different countries, and he like auditions people and even includes like the people who are doing like a shit job, trying to impress him, like rapping or dancing or some shit like that, and he'll just clown on them, kick them out.
Jaffe's never seen this.
Bring on the next guy.
I haven't, but you're right though.
So good.
Sounds
so
right.
Good.
And again, I'm not saying you want to spend a lot of money, like we need a studio and we need an audience. I'm not, this is, you got to do it on the cheap, but just a little fucking planning instead of just like, today's show, we're bringing people up to audition. It's like, dude, nobody wants to watch that crap.
Yeah.
It's boring as fuck. So, but whatever, do what you want with the B circuit. But I just think right now,
last host on live is Albert. Does he have a show here?
Albert doesn't have a show at all, but Albert is absolutely, I think, engaging and entertaining enough. And just he's entertaining in a way that he just is so stupid looking and such a dumb person that I think you could really get a nice kind of whack pack classic Howard Stern era going with him in it. So I would not get rid of that guy. No.
All right. Fair. The next big show, I'm sure you're aware, is LolCow Queens, right?
Yeah.
Now it's
Gidgey and Tina.
It's Gidgey, Tina, and Mike, right?
I would get rid of Mike because he's a liability and there's no talent there, and I would get rid of Gidgey. But I would keep Tina.
Look at the screen right here. You're telling me this is no talent? This right here? There's no talent right here.
Well, again, it's not. If this was a consistent thing, and it's not though. Like, there's nothing.
Like the whole shtick is to embarrass yourself.
I get it. I get it.
What the fuck? What they were doing here?
Run OBS.
God.
I've done enough for him. I don't mind.
See what we can do this time.
Oh no!
Fuck this! I quit.
No talent, Jaffe? Or is that what you're really saying about this episode of
look, my brain works this way. It's maybe that's the one area I am autistic in. I take this seriously. When someone says, Jaffe, use your creative powers to improve something, I look at this and I go, I get the shtick. I get the idea of saying we want to milk these guys and make fun of it, blah, blah, blah. But neither of them, like Tina literally is like, okay, there's a genuineness there. I mean, I'm so hesitant to use the word star when it comes to any of this shit.
Yeah.
But in the realm of LolCows, Tina is a star. She is, you really don't know where reality ends and where the shtick begins, if there is,
that is
even,
true.
right? With these two at the top, it's so obvious they're doing the thing that you can see right through it. Whereas someone like Eric, if you would treat Eric nicer and not make,
fuck him.
But there is a joy in watching Eric because he's so earnest and he means so well.
Yeah,
and
such a joy that it got me 42 viewers for.
You didn't know how to work with him, but like that makes sense. But these two at the top, these are kind of wannabe guys. I don't think it's like. No, I would get rid of both of these guys in a heartbeat. Easy.
Kidji and Kid Behind the Camera?
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Okay, so what does the Tina show look like then?
I already told you. I pitched you the Tina show.
Yeah,
it's her and
it's
her
the trailer going to different places. You probably puts her in Compton or some shit like that. They don't know where the fuck they're going. You didn't hear any of that?
All kinds of stuff. Imagine let's go to an escort service and do a bait and switch and have somebody think they're getting like a hot escort and Tina shows up. And we film that, right? I mean, we could do all kinds of shit with Tina outside of the trip, but pay the woman more.
What you could do then is
let's also surprise the shit out of her. Send Tina to like a fancy. I got it. For Tina, fancy's the Holiday Inn, right, or the fucking Marriott. But we send her on like a 1-week vacation somewhere, and we film it, and she's a total fish out of water. Can you imagine her like in a Maui resort? It's like, what the fuck would they don't even know what to do with this woman. But she gets back and we've totally redecorated her trailer. And it's all like Black Panther, MLK, 1960s era civil rights.
Malcolm X.
Right, redirected and
the
stuff.
African statue, wood carvings.
Totally. Wakanda forever.
Fertility, fucking, what do they call them? Not kinks or whatever. Fetishes. There you go. God.
So anyway, the point is, you have to keep Tina, and you have to keep. Look at Albert. Go back. Look at his dumb face. Like Albert is the definition of a mouth breather. Like at this point, I would literally just have a camera where Albert's sitting outside, and people vote at the beginning how many flies are going to fly into his fucking mouth because he's just right, and that's real.
Yeah.
Right, so that's what I would do with these people on screen.
God, to have someone call him a mouth breather. It's like my thoughts are being validated because I felt this way. Here, let me get what the next.
I think that's what makes him
is.
entertaining, though.
It is. I said I would keep him. And what's funny about him is he's a mouth breather only because he doesn't realize air also comes in through the nose. Like it's so stupid.
The fuck.
Well, I think he breathes through his mouth because since he doesn't brush his teeth, it probably just tastes, more unique than breathing through his nose. It's like, the extra sauce, the fermentation in the air. Now we do have the next top show, LolCow Bus, right? Now you've been a fan of Miss Amber.
Oh, Amber, I like Amber. You got to keep Amber. She's great.
Yeah, Amberlynn's been here
but
for a hot minute.
I need to get to know her better to know what to do with that show, but. I definitely, all they do is go on there right now and they bitch about other people, bitching about other things. So obviously there's something you can do with Amberlynn that I think is, but I don't have anything right now because I need to get to know her better, but she has to stay. She absolutely has to stay. I think Sweet Tea's a bit of a harder one because I think there's something there with her. She's on the kind of maybe list for me because I think there have been times where she has really embraced her inner, woman living in the woods kind of thing.
Yeah.
That's what's entertaining about her. But this looks like she's taken a shower. She's put on some makeup. She's, nobody wants to see Sweet Tea as a normal person.
Oh, you miss Ugly Tea.
Yes.
Okay, fair enough. I kind of also miss Ugly Tea. Deranged Tea.
That is her. That's what she's good at in this universe. And now she's just like, she's never going to be attractive enough to be, that kind of a character where it's like, she's easy. I'm not saying.
I mean, that's true. It's true.
We're talking nuts and bolts entertainment here, baby. I'm not
says the shit that nobody wants to say.
Yeah, no, she was born unlucky.
Wait a minute. Everybody on this panel here on LolCow Crypt, none of us would ever be given any kind of show because we're good looking.
That's why I'm here, baby.
Right. So I'm just saying, so with her, lean into your strengths. And one of her big strengths is her narrative about, washing her clothes against the rocks and,
Start hosing it.
Yeah, it's basically like Little House on the Prairie or fucking Frontierland, whatever. So I would keep her, but both these need to be worked. I don't like the. I know a lot of you guys in the LolCow universe like this. What's this guy's name? Scooter. I don't like this guy. I don't like the way. I don't like the way he looks. I don't like his attitude. I think he's just a boring person, and I would get rid of him.
Agreed.
When he was more meek and more like unsure of himself, he was much more enjoyable to like interact with. But now he has this like persona about him that he's like, I'm the best. I'm literally in charge here. I can do whatever I want. I'm better than you. Like, okay, dickhead. Like, no, you're not. Like,
it's like anyone can look at him and know
the insecurity.
He's so deficient in so many places in his life that
he's been bullied. It's okay.
And one could argue, well, that could be fun. Like, because look at him with his dumb glasses and his vaping, and it's like, yeah, you're real cool, Scooter. But you got to find a way to play that. I think there are better people that you can pick at than this. I'd get rid of him.
I feel like he's trying his best to emulate Keem. That's what I think it is.
Yeah, it just doesn't come off.
He's so insecure that he's trying to become Keem.
If you look at his soul, like if you look at him and try and like understand, he's like a 14-year-old girl's like little fucking diary, and it's locked with a paperclip. It is insecure. All right, it is not a secure thing. Those secrets are coming out. I mean, he's talking about it all the time. He's like, if it wasn't for LolCow, I would have ended my Minecraft. I would have been gone. I wouldn't have survived. I was saved by the entertainment. Okay, you fucking day trader, stockbroker making 6 figures a year. You were like, oh my God, I'm so sad. And he's like, Keem has me on this diet. Keem has me working out. I'm losing weight and I'm starving and I get no sleep now. Keem. Oh, Keem, I love you so much. Here, actually, at least you shouldn't be blowing your dick in that thumbnail. It should be me. I should be
doing
on the cock.
exact same thing that we're accusing I might get rid of you, Tech.
Why?
Because you're falling into the same fucking pattern. Nobody cares about this. Our topic today.
No, you don't care about this.
And I'm the new guy. It's the whole point.
Yeah, but you're different than normal. You don't watch enough YouTube to know what like.
I don't watch enough. That's what you say to me all the time. It's like you have to watch all the shows to get it.
No, I don't think not all the LolCow
I don't think anyone has time to watch all the shows.
No. Don't watch all the LolCow shows. Like you just don't watch enough shows in general.
I watch what's entertaining
to you.
Yes, but honestly, most of the shit is not entertaining. This guy is not. We've already made the decision. Let's move on to the next show. Let's keep this show rolling.
What show do you put Amber Lynn Reed on?
I told you.
He doesn't know.
You haven't seen enough of her.
I got to spend time.
Exactly.
Yeah, but do you
figure out?
Do you think just to see where she'd be, what kind of show would you have her go on? Just to have her on that trial period.
Okay, it's no trial period. It's
to see if you like her.
I would want to just talk to her, but what I would say, just as a gut sense with Amber,
because she's fat.
Here's what I think. I think the LolCow universe needs and I like what Tommy C is doing with Batgirl, and maybe I would put her in that mix, but I think there needs to be like a real morning show for LolCow, which is planned and is interesting, and it still is the LolCow vibe. And you could also do what Rewind does as a segment of like, here's the stuff you may have missed yesterday, and it's like the top, like ESPN does, they're like 13 big plays of the day or whatever they used to call it. I would do that, and she might fit in great there and like on the street segments and all that stuff. But because I don't think that I think there needs the anchor show probably should be a morning show. and a night show, like a late night show and a morning show. And I think I could see her there, like waking up with Amber Reed kind of thing.
Yeah, I think it'd be fantastic if Amberlynn Reed had like a roommate or someone who wouldn't run away from her or whatever, record what she eats for breakfast, right? And we send it to someone who does like a calorie count and like a breakdown, like a binging with Babish type of fucking deal. And it's like 3 egg McMuffins from McDonald's, you know, and like 3 orders of the cinnamon sticks or some shit. And
I'm aware Cafe is a morning show, Powerpuff.
Wow, thanks.
I literally just mentioned Tommy C and Batgirl, and I like them both.
All right, we got.
By the way, Pesci's on the show right now.
We got Pesci. We got a number of shows to go over, and we are halfway through the show. So, Pesci, what's going on?
I was just wondering real quick. What up, Jaffe? What up, Graham? What up?
Hello, Pesci. Good to see you, bud.
How's it going?
Did you guys do ours yet? I wanted to see. Do I have a spot in the Jaffe? If Jaffe was calling the shots, was I the guy fired, Jaffe, or do I have a shot to?
I
Rebel's
think
like 7 episodes away, or 7 shows away.
I think you fit in somewhere. I think you're compelling. Yeah. I like you. I like your moxie. I like your style, kid. But I don't know where that is yet. What is the show you're on now?
Rebel with Gigi.
I was saying that earlier.
Oh, Gigi's a fucking no. Well, Gigi's gone, so Rebel's dead. So it wouldn't be that. But
there you go.
It would be it would be something.
Is it Conan O'Brien that has Guillermo? Who's that little brown Mexican guy on the late night show?
That's Kimmel, I think.
Kimmel?
Guillermo?
Yeah. I think Pesci is like a good fucking Guillermo.
I'm more of a broadcaster guy.
He's like a Mexican.
You dumb get in here, you fucking coward.
Shut up. Anyways.
I'm like an announcer guy, like a guy that would announce a starting lineup.
Absolutely.
Or,
Absolutely.
Yeah,
I think that could be cool.
Like, next up on WJ107, we got.
Well, no, you don't do it cheesy.
Who's that old fucking show that you used to watch, Jaffe, with the guy Stern?
Howard Stern,
right?
Yeah, he's giving me a Howard Stern.
There should be a cutaway to Pesci where it's like, Pesci, what do you think? Does Gidget need WD in that the WD-40 in that pussy? And it turns to you, it's like, yeah, that shit's rusty. Tune it,
right? And then there should also be someone who's really good at improv. Hey, the boss is speaking.
No.
Oh, sorry.
I'm kidding. Go ahead, Pesci.
What a piece of shit.
If I was in charge and I was casting myself, this is where I'd cast me. Cafe with Tommy. Reapers, Believe It or Not with Xylee. Rewind or Pit with Yo Mama. Those are the ones that if I had it my way, I would go there.
Most of those shows are gone, by the way.
So, we haven't even got there.
What are you talking about?
Yeah, well, funny enough, the next show is Reapers.
Let me can we finish with Pesci for a moment? Wait a minute.
I want to play. Can I join with you guys on this next one?
We have to kick you off. We'll do Reapers with you, and then we got to get you out. But yeah.
Amberlynn Reed, though, we need to hire a great improv comic, and we need to put a little GoPro cam on her pets, and it's like every now and then, like you can pay to like watch the show from the perspective of the pet. And it's basically the voice, kind of like Triumph the Insult Comic Dog, but it's the voice of her pet. I think just little gimmicks like that would be fun. And if you pay extra for it and shit like that.
Think of this shit.
It's Jaffe. He made God of War.
Bunny's in the chat. She says, if I was in charge, I would come back. It's the only way. Yeah, Bunny Button's LolCow Circus. I mean, come on.
There you go.
Be amazing.
Yeah, that's an obvious one.
Well, here we go. This is the next show in the lineup. Reapers.
Hello, Bunny. Okay.
Jaffe, here we have on screen.
Reapers? Reapers? Mm-hmm. No, fuck Reapers. Fuck. Who's this guy she's with? I can't stand the guy. He's nothing but a yes man. Get rid of that guy.
I actually have to agree with you on that one. Yeah, I'll give you that one.
I like Josh, but he's like one of those guys where maybe another show would suit him better. I don't think he's
boring. Look how boring
I could probably agree with that.
He's also British, so it's they get.
And he's fucking British. Goddamn Brits, get the fuck out.
Now, by the way, this Roxy is the girl who's no longer here, but she was scared of Chucky, right?
Yeah, so when we talk about Jaffe's obsessed with Xylee, well, Xylee's obsessed with Roxy, thinking that she's watching her streams and can't look at the screen because the Chucky doll's there.
Like, I don't know why Roxy was removed if she is a liability, but we should I would love to hire like a little person to dress up as Chucky and terrorize her and film that. I think that would be a wonderful, just not every day.
Welcome to Band World, Kit Kat.
Yeah. Hey, Kit Kat, welcome, buddy. We appreciate you being here. Thank you for your support.
Who's like the shortest person in the LCU?
It's,
no.
Angie.
This is the problem with you guys.
Oh yeah, pussy.
Think a little.
What's the problem?
Yeah,
go.
Hire a little person. Don't worry about what we.
Why hire a little person when we have TechProtect?
We're about to fuck because he ain't going to play as Chucky.
True. Angie's also 4'11", so
you want someone who literally
AMAC
looks
is, I
like
think.
that image on the
AMAC.
screen, and we put him in her room, and we
looking
wake her up, and he's just staring at her, and we film it. I mean,
Has
come
it
on.
been
And
confirmed that their phobia is real?
no.
No, it's not real.
But anybody in your fucking room at 3 a.m. staring at you with a knife, is going to get the
They're
job
4
done.
foot tall.
Sounds like Pesci's ex-wife. Am I right, Pesci?
Never been married. Never been married. Thank God. Right? That's a win. That's a win at my age.
But
Oh,
listen,
yeah.
so Xylie's a tough one because I mean, forget, okay, if you're running a business, you have to take your personal stuff out of it and ask yourself, is there actually a way to make money with this old bird? And the question becomes,
Yes.
I love Grim is so easy. Your buttons are so easy.
You put her
to
through the
so
same
easy.
test of every season of Fear Factor. Okay, she eats the roaches. She goes up into a fucking tall building, has to like do a little walk.
How do you play up what's annoying about her? Because I don't like. A lot of people have said I don't
think she's good at breakdowns.
What is annoying about Xylee? I need to understand.
Let's start with the face.
True.
Okay, I mean,
Would
come
you
on.
give her she's good at breakdowns? And Josh is definitely a.
He is.
talent.
Thank you,
He
Pesci.
just might be better somewhere else.
She can't even break down dinner without prune juice. Okay, she's not good at breakdowns.
I swear to God, Tech, shut the fuck up.
Her colon is out of there, dog. It's
Why are you talking about a colon? There's no reason. Why did we get here?
Squirts from the front and the back. All right. Anyways, what I'm saying is,
I think we mystery science theater her. Right, that's what we do. Right, we give her and a co-host. I don't know if they're watching movies or other internet things, but it's more planned out. It's, the way they do mystery science theater is they'll watch the movie together with the writer's room, and then they'll watch it 3 or 4 times, and they'll come back together and they'll have a series of bits that are basically, okay, it's rough. It's like a rough, and then they'll do the rest with improv. I don't think she's clever or funny enough, and most people aren't. I don't know anyone who is that could just riff it like she does. But if you plan it a little bit better, and then you give it a gimmick, like she's trapped in some, like Andy Gibbs' colon. So he goes in for a colonoscopy, and the whole set is she's trapped inside of his colon, right? And so that's where the show is performed from Andy Gibbs' colon. Right, or someone else. Kids today don't know who Andy Gibb is, but that's the bow that.
yeah,
she's
but
really
it'd be so cheap because all you have to do is just add additional lighting to her room, and it already looks like someone's colon.
Yeah,
all right, she lives.
I have to seriously think about Xylee though. I don't think she is without talent, but
yeah, Pesci.
She doesn't.
Oh,
she
we
doesn't
moved
strike
position.
me.
Thank God.
Pesci, would you give a show to Xylee if you were in charge?
No, listen.
No.
Yeah, honestly, I would because look, this universe thrives off drama. And she picks up stories that a lot of those people like thriving on. So you got to look at it from the audience. Like I said, Jaffe, you know this. Not
Okay, then
everything
move her
that's
into
for you.
make her a writer. Then make her an editor. But does she need to be on camera talent?
Well, you guys don't even mention she is in the B
Because
circuit.
we have conveying a story.
She does great numbers for the B circuit. You know what I mean?
Great
Give her a
numbers.
position
No,
there.
we've moved on. You don't understand our goal. The old
Okay.
switching
LCU
it
under
up.
our new ownership is dead. You guys making
you got to have somebody that's not going to
your
agree with
anchor
everything,
your
you know what I mean?
anchor show being $2 million, $1 million over 2 years is pathetic at a business level. It's nice as a hobby. If this is a hobby for Keen,
No,
that's nice.
I would give that
It
a
is
lot of
technically.
credit.
Keem has said that.
Yeah.
Okay, then
But
I guess
we're
if
making
he's
it as
okay
a
with
business.
it.
It's different for
Yeah,
us.
if we
It's
wanted
different.
to, we're not a businessman.
Even for business, like you
businessman.
got to think about like just streaming shows in general. Like we are like even for as little as we're making, we're considered the 1%. Like the 1% of people that actually make. Like even if we only made $10, we're still the 1% of.
Yeah,
of what
you're
that
the
is.
problem because you say we. You ain't making shit, and we're barely making shit. You mean Keem, right?
Yeah.
So good bully for Keem, I suppose. But
Even for that, you still get the other portion of whatever it is, right? I mean, every show is different, right? But you still get the portion. You're still making more than the fucking guy who has 10 viewers for the past 10 years. Yes, absolutely. What do you mean? How can you disagree with that?
I can tell you why. Because that guy probably has a job making minimum wage, which is more than any of us are making per hour on these shows.
What, bro? There's people in the LCU that have a job and do this simultaneously. I've been doing it for the longest.
Yeah,
like, I understand.
All right,
but for you to make the money you make on your job on the LCU, you would have to be the 1% of the 1% of the 1%.
There was one point where Test literally made more money than I actually brought in home. Like I had to consider.
But you didn't.
Was your personal paycheck more than your paycheck from work? From Test? Yeah, there was a moment where that was true. I do remember that.
Okay,
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. We can get back there. Yeah. Under new management. All right, Pesci, do you have anything for Josh? Is Josh getting a show? You got 20 seconds.
Yes,
which one's Josh?
I would give Josh a show.
Do
I know exactly where that is, but I think Xylee and Josh have a place in this drama network.
Yeah, I'm not doing this. Pesci, I love you, but you're too old school thinking. We are
innovating.
We are innovating. We are bulldozing. Only the best of the best stay. You're obsessed with keeping all these B-level tier talent, and it's like, no, I'm going to turn this into an actual fucking business. I know you're getting here a little bit late. You've missed some of the brilliance, but this is not.
Yeah, we're putting Tina in a trailer and driving around the fucking country.
We are. We're going to do a show called LolCow Slave, where Boogie is a slave for your mama.
I'm a fan of that one.
He has to basically.
I would watch that.
All right, Pesci. Thank you so much, Pesci. We'll see you.
Yeah, you goddamn right. You will. I love.
This is the last one.
Guys,
we're going to the next one. All right.
All right.
This is the last big money earner LCU show that we have.
Oh, I love Billy and I love Zay. I don't know. I would make, here's the only thing I would do on this show, really. I would put Rewind as a morning segment. Like I said
love
earlier.
Mornings because you're fucking old.
I don't, you fucking moron.
This show should be a morning show. Live should be a morning show. Cafe should be a morning. Okay, how many morning shows?
They better be talking about Trump.
Yeah, this is your Fox News.
Yeah, that's CNN. The Commie Network.
What show's the afternoon show, Jaffe?
Can I fucking finish? Talent, non-contributing zero.
Not when you're on Zoloft.
Listen, I haven't taken my Zoloft yet. Only the Ritalin. What I'm saying is, the idea of Rewind, which is let's go through the day's biggest stuff, right? I think that doesn't hold a full 2-hour interest. I think if you had a segment that could be Billy and Zay, I want to get back to them for what they should do as their main show. But if they come on in the morning show and it's like, hey, here's what you missed all day yesterday. It's a new day. Here are the top 10 moments from LolCow Universe yesterday. Awesome. But I don't want to watch 2 hours of this shit because they usually land on one or two things and regurgitate the same fucking thing over and over and over and over and over. And it's dull. Right? What I would do is I would have them as a segment there and I would give them the late night show. I would do just like we do the morning show. I would make sure that there are weird guests. Like the fact that these guys in LolCow Universe are not bringing in Jerry Springer quality interviews. Like here's a guy that likes to fuck airplanes. Here's a guy who cut off his penis and grafted it to a toaster, whatever. We've paid... what was the idea we talked about over the weekend? Let's pay a lie detector expert to go to Kid Behind the Camera and go, let's film, did he actually beat his wife or not?
Yeah.
And if it turns out he didn't, he can keep his job. And if he did, he has to go. That would be something they do on the late night show, right? I would give them a little bit more structure. I'd hook them up with the producer that can bring in some interesting guests and find people that can call in or actually be there. And they'd still do the Rewind thing as a truncated segment because that's what's great about it when it's truncated. But this idea of 2 hours of the same thing and then the host calls in and says, that's not what happened. Go ahead, make your $500,000 a year if that's all you want. But that's all you're going to get for that shit.
Okay, Grim, any other differences you have about Rewind staying a show?
Obviously I could see the talent with Billy. Billy has like multiple talents.
Billy's amazing. Love Billy.
Yeah, like there's no denying it. Regardless of anything, he is not only entertaining. He could make music. I mean, he's clearly capable of acting as well. Like, he could entertain an audience in terms of just like doing dumb shit, right? Or just like captivating by doing, whatever the fuck it is, right? Any topic that he brings up, it's gonna retain audience, right? Zay, on the other hand, I feel like is just somebody squealing at the fucking screen. Like, I've never found her entertaining. In fact, it's difficult for me to even listen to her.
You said
like,
Zay, or are you mispronouncing Xylee?
Zay. I said Zay.
That's the Xylee fucking like analysis. Is that she's just a lady?
Yeah, no. I genuinely can't listen to her. Genuinely cannot listen to her.
I think Zay works like Batgirl works on their own. And I find Batgirl more offensive in this than Zay. Zay's got her own opinion. Batgirl has always been kind of a put me anywhere and I'll agree with whoever. And, but when she's with Tommy C, who I love, I think he's great. I think that she works really well as sort of the straight man to the other person who's just kind of off the wall, right? And it's kind of a cliche dynamic, but it doesn't not work. And I think Zay does a good job whether she was with One Buff or whether she's with Billy. I think she's always been cool. But I mean, that's just me. I tend to like her. So
yeah. Well, this is where the nitty gritty comes in, right? Because we have some pretty good ideas, or at least Jaffe has some pretty good ideas what the shows could end up being. This was a screenshot, or this is a little notification.
Oh yeah.
From the top earning YouTube channels for super chats last year, 2025. 6 of the shows made it to the top 100. LolCow Live was number 5 of every YouTube stream.
Can you click that so it gets bigger?
I can try. Here we go.
There you go.
LolCow Live last year made $471,000.
Yeah.
Right? Queens, $220,000. Rewind, $170,000. Nerds is 101, Reapers was 93, and LolCow Nuts made 86,000. And now for Nuts didn't really get into the groove of things until halfway through the year, right? That show didn't exist until I think July,
which is crazy.
So we could probably 2x what Nuts was, and Reapers is the same boat, right? It didn't exist until after Xylee left Rewind. So Xylee probably brought in 180K if she was doing a full year, right? And it's the same for Nuts, 180K. So what's the math on this?
Take 30%, right?
Okay, so 471 plus 220 plus 170 plus 101, and we'll assume a full year of Reapers is like 180 and Nuts is like 170. We're looking at $1.3 million in a year.
Yeah, just real quick as well. So like Jaffe wants to improve like what the shows could be, right? Like he wants to make something new or at least revamp it in some way, right? But considering like how LolCow Live is number 5, and what is that, in the United States or in the world? I'd imagine the United States, right?
US.
It says US.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So if it's number 5 in the US, like, how much better can you make it? You know what I mean? Like, I'm sure you can.
If you have to
chances
ask
are low.
No, I don't think so. I think for me, I look again. I look at these and I say, when you actually do the math, it's not a lot of money compared to what you could be making, in my opinion, if you actually revamped aspects of the network. But $500,000 for a year, YouTube takes 200,000,
30%,
which is what? It's about,
well, for $500,000,
180,000,
300,000.
Okay, so now you're down
for $1 million is 300,000. It's 150K for $500,000. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
So look, in total, these channels after YouTube's cut, they made $900,000. Okay,
right. So then
profit. Yeah.
Right. So, and I'm not going to talk about Keemstar split. People seem to know it in the chat, but it seems pretty. I mean, again, it seems like a hobby. It seems like a hobby investment, and that's great. If Keemstar's bored and likes a little pocket change, good for him.
Yeah, when we talk about this, right? Because essentially, people may know what Keemstar's split is. We don't talk about it because it's part of our whatever negotiation, NDA, whatever the fuck. But let's assume it's something like, you're making like personally, if you owned this thing, over 400K, right? Over 400K for the year. which means
and you expose yourself to a huge liability every single day these shows are live with these amateurs that have absolutely no understanding of where the line is, because they just want a pat on the head from Keemstar, and all it's going to take is one person doing or saying the wrong thing, and not only the wealth he may have accumulated with this hobby, but the wealth he accumulated with crypto, all that's gone with legal fees. So
yeah, look, the realistic assessment of the value of this, right? If you were to buy this, you'd have to wait 1 year to make 400K. Potentially the second year you make a little bit more, maybe it's 500, 600K personally, right? And that's assuming nothing goes wrong. None of the hosts leave, no one fucks up, right? I think if you wanted to buy this, $900,000 is a fair offer. 900K to own every channel,
like LolCow.
To own LolCow.
Yeah. But that's not entirely how it works, right? You have to kind of Keemstar. If you were to actually make Keemstar an offer, his lawyer, assuming he has a lawyer, would say, okay, well, our prediction of the valuation of this company in X years, it's usually like 3X or whatever. So you'd need to make an offer.
But not entertainment, because now you're talking about what is the source of the value for people like investing in it. And if you were to make an offer, let's say, look, if you gave $1 million to Keemstar, you own the company, Keemstar stays on for another 2 years, and instead of making whatever percentage he's making now, he stays on like 5%. Right? 5% profit margin. So we maintain Boogie staying here because Keemstar is here, right? We keep things fairly similar. We make some show direction changes, right? And we adapt the audience to the new ownership of David Jaffe. I think $1 million.
You also have to take you also have to take into account there are the memberships that are not included in that super chat, right? So I don't know what percentage you would add to that 900,000 of crowns and pay pigs and all that
That's
stuff.
a good point. Yeah.
But let's just assume you're talking
the risk of them leaving because like
it's like 1.3 million would be a fair value assessment of the company right now. But when you throw the risk in and you throw in the fact that there's so much turnover, I think you could get away with asking literally 500K to $1 million for this network or for the brand.
Really? You think he would take that? Even though he says
I'm not saying he's going to sell it.
Alone. No. Well, I mean, hypothetically, right? We're playing with hypotheticals, but like he's saying that LolCow Live alone has made $1 million throughout the last year. You know, that's the reason why Boogie's able to pay his house.
That's with Wings Redemption on the show. That's a whole different scenario.
But by the way, it hasn't. We see the numbers right there. In 1 year, in super chats, it's made.
Well, that's super chats. That's not taking consideration of gifted.
Right. So I don't think it's 50-50. If you look at most YouTube channels that are heavy on super chats, I mean, again, they do well on gifted, but it's like 300K. Right. So I would say they made about 750 to 800K a year on LolCow Live.
Yeah. I gotcha.
So I mean, look, if I was Keemstar, and he clearly isn't all that interested in doing much more, right? I mean, it's not like the shows are getting any better. It's getting bloated. He's not bringing in a new audience. I mean, it is something that if they don't make some changes, probably won't be here in 2 years. Not because it's going to like be canceled, but because it might not be worth his time. Yeah. Because that, we may be looking
the juice isn't worth the squeeze. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we may be looking at the top of the mountain versus the basement, and it's only up from here. There's no real indication that there is this thing that's just about to take off. It's more like there's something here. There's a little value in the brand name. Frankly, I don't think Keemstar owns a lot of things.
Look, there's a poll in the chat right now on what we should offer if we were going to buy the LCU. 800K, $1 million, 1.2 million, or it's worthless. It's not worth investing in.
I think it's worth investing in, but I don't think it's worthless.
I think if we kept Keemstar on, right, and he took like a percentage of the profits or whatever, he was still motivated to like show up, maybe just as an entertainer, where he doesn't do any more management, right? He shows up for 2 hours. Yeah. Maybe he talks to other people for like an hour a day, 2 hours a day.
He's like Stan Lee was after Marvel got bought. Yeah. He's like a figurehead,
Yeah. Potentially. This could work. Some people are saying just offer him 3 mermaids and some White Claws. And there
you go.
I mean,
Krispy
Kreme.
Or we could bring Keemstar back. I mean, again, what's funny about Keemstar is like Biff in Back to the Future before he got George McFly, right?
Yeah.
You probably don't get the reference, but
I watched
the point
them
is
like a couple months ago.
Okay, so we should have an episode at least where we put Keemstar in a house with links and just film.
Don't say these names. Stop saying these names.
When
you own the when you buy the show, all right. When you buy it, then do it the fuck you want. But stop saying these names.
People would love it.
God, it's like you're fucking like a child, dog.
And then and do a thing about like Brantley has to go through a series of like physical challenges to get the prenup signed.
Jesus Christ. No. Brantley's not in the LCU. She's not in the LCU. She's not a part of the LCU. She's not.
Okay. I thought we could talk about
She's not a host.
Okay, well, whoever it is,
it's like if Zelly was like, yeah, we should have Jaffe's ex-wife come in here and do physical challenges and come in here and do like squats for the fucking camera. It's like, well,
I would agree if she had been. It doesn't matter. I'm fine with that.
Okay, you're done. Okay. Look, all I'm saying is, I think that's a fair offer. I think, you know what? Maybe we pitch that offer. What would you come in at, Jaffe? What number there?
If I was actually serious of investing in it,
where's Jaffe has that?
If I was serious in investing in it, I would go to my attorney and say, they probably talked me out of it. But if I was serious, I'd probably offer $850. But I'm not an expert at all. So I would go to my attorneys and my agent and say, what is this? I think there's something here, there seems like there could be an upside if we spent a little money. Maybe we'd get investors to bring in to fund some. And again, I'm not talking big shows. I'm not trying to like sell you on something like, we're going to spend a lot of money. But if we were to do something like the Tina trailer show, and if we were to do something like LolCow Slave with Boogie, that would probably cost a little bit of investment. I probably would offer $850.
Okay.
Genuinely. What do you think is the lowest that Keem would go for? The absolute lowest.
Like 1.5.
I have no idea.
I don't think he would go low. I think the lowest you do is $3 million.
I have no idea because I don't know what his reason to do this is. Is he really making a living off this?
It's just for memes.
Look.
Okay, well then
he doesn't care.
If we get a $20 super chat, I'll message Keemstar right now in the main chat and say, would you take $850K for the LCU?
And he's like, nah.
I'll message him publicly. I'll fucking at Keemstar.
That's fine. I mean, my guys, again, I'm not a business guy in that way, so I'm throwing that out there as you asked me a question. I would literally go to 3 people who I work with and say, I'd play them this video, which would cost me a lot of money because they make like $2,000 an hour. So it probably cost me $10,000 just for them to watch the fucking video. But I'd say watch the video because there's 3 of them. And then let's have a meeting for a few hours, go to lunch, and let's talk about, is this a good investment? Because they've been telling me, by the way, one of the guys, because tax season's coming up, and they're like, dude, you really need to invest beyond 401ks and, do something with this stuff. And I'm like, I don't care. And now they're like, so this might be something fun.
Yeah. It's a good tax write-off to start a small business. And this is kind of a small business.
Yeah.
If the check hits the bank before this is over, I need to see this. True. Fuck it. Hey, look, send us a 20. I'll ask Keemstar directly. I'll call the motherfucker. I'll see.
Sure.
I'll see if he'll hop onto the fucking show and genuinely have a conversation about selling the LCU. You can invest in my mortgage.
Have we seen the
Jaffe.
pit thumbnail? No, I have not seen the pit thumbnail.
I wonder if he'd be offended by the amount, that you present to him. Be like, $850K. Be like, what? It's worth way more. Yeah, like
again, if Keem, and I do think one of the things I've always given Keem props on is I do think he's good at business. He's made smart investments, this, that, and the other. So I don't think he would be offended. He would probably just say,
"Are you Notre Dame?"
Wait a minute. He would probably just say, I hear what you're saying. It makes sense, but here's some data you don't have that I don't share publicly. And then maybe he's right. Maybe it's worth more. But based on my very layperson, non-economic, degree assessment, $850 sounds like a good place to start. And you go anywhere from $850 to $1.5 million.
Jaffe, don't say it publicly. We don't want him to know what our limit is. Are you Nostradamus, Jaffe? Click the stream.
I love it. Yeah, I'm telling you, right? Right?
Pit is stream sniping us, dog. They're watching. They're like, oh, good idea.
Run with it.
Let's go.
That is why you fucking keep these guys on.
Yo mama, or how you say
your
mother.
Yo mama, your mother, because I'm a white guy. I'm not going to say it like you do, because your mother, you're
use the hard R.
Yeah. but yeah, no, I think that would LolCow slave. Are you kidding? And then you would also have like every now and then you'd have these interstitials where you cut to like someone who's actually like a historical expert on slavery, and they'd ground it a little bit and go, yeah, we know this is all for jokes, but did you know that like when they put Boogie in the hot box in this episode, that was a real thing that they did on plantations, you know, and stuff like that. And it'd be a little educational.
Oh, well. You mean like the little truth things whenever Trump was doing like a debate and it's like, well, he's actually wrong. Yeah, really? Right. Statistics show. Look, chat, someone sent a 20 and I will get Keemstar to really consider this offer. We will reach out to him. We'll have our lawyers talk to his lawyers or whatever. Your mom was talking about that yesterday. Was he? Fuck. Well, maybe we're writing him instead of him writing us.
Okay, well, great. Then that's another reason to keep him on, because he's got a creative mind then, because I think it's a great show idea. And if he came up with it as well, this is Kismet is what this is. Like, shit, maybe we should do this. LBB, what if he sold it for $850K, but nobody joined? First off, again, it ain't like a lot of these people are hard to replace. Now, some of them are, and I would make sure that I would go to them and say, look, Boogie, or look, your mama, or look, whoever, before I make this offer, I need you to sign a key man agreement that says, if we make this, you're going to get this, you're going to get a percentage, you're going to get, some ownership. And in that, I need like a 5-year commitment from you. And if that doesn't happen, then the sale would be contingent upon those key man agreements. So that's how you
$20 from Poke Gaga 23.
Poke Gaga, good to see you, buddy.
I need to see this.
We're doing it right now.
We're reaching out to Keem.
Are you going to call him? I mean, again, I'm not making the offer yet. I'm saying maybe.
And I'm not even playing with the idea.
Yeah, because my guys might be like, dude, you're a fucking moron. Put this shit in OpenAI. Put this shit in. What are you doing? I'm like, well, you said to invest in something. I'm like, yeah, but really?
It's like, not this retard.
Yeah, they could be like, okay, keep it in 401ks and simple stuff.
Yeah, honestly, you were right the first time.
Right, blue chips and 401ks, that's for you.
Yeah, AMD all the way.
If this is what you're bringing us, dude, get the fuck out of my office. I don't know.
You're better off with penny stocks at that point.
Right. He's like, did you go home and watch The Wolf of Wall Street this weekend, Jaffe? Don't watch that movie. We told you. Stop watching that movie.
What are we doing?
And look, it's not even like a bad offer. Look, because a lot of these business deals where there's a lot of money being made to transfer ownership.
Says Boogie won't even live 5 years. That's true. he's got
bad investment.
It's like in movies, he's got to pass a physical in order to be insured. Otherwise, he doesn't get the deal. It's true.
In these type of deals, right? Close. 5 gifted memberships from Poke Gaga. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you, buddy.
Thank you, Poke Gaga.
In these type of deals, usually what happens is like
very generous.
Let's say the number gets to like $1 million.
I would also make sure when people spend their money, they get a little bit more shine when they're spending that kind of money than just like, yeah, thanks, and we move on. Okay, that's a lot of money.
Kiss the camera.
Vote for Jaffe.
Thank you, Poke Gaga. Appreciate your support. Thank you very much. Okay, continue.
So usually the way it works is you have like an onboarding like session, right? Where it's like, okay, this deal is going to be a 3-year deal. The day one, we're going to send you, let's say it's $1 million total, $300K for the process, right? You stay on as an advisor for the whole LCU Keemstar for like a year and a half. Right. If we make it to a year and it still maintains the same metrics as it was before you sold it to us.
Yeah, there's bonus. Yeah.
Then you get the other, $200K and then you're at $500K total. And then by the second year, if we're on track or growth, right, you get the last bit of that $1 million. Right. So it
which is why you hear
unsecure. It'd be, and if we don't achieve it,
and it motivates people to work really, really hard.
But also, there's the case of like him not benefiting much from it, right? He's like, wait, I have to work a whole year for $200,000
guaranteed.
Nah. No. It's $1 million within 3 years. It's not $1 million at that moment. He's getting $200,000 every year practically.
Are you talking
and he's
about
like, I'm not going to work for $200,000.
Are you talking about Keemstar?
I imagine Keem is going to be like, no, I'm worth way more than $200,000 a year.
You're not thinking about this. Look,
Keemstar would have to show up like 5 times a year and be on the mic for like a total of 10 hours a year to make $500,000.
Because the real number is it's 18 months where Keemstar is still part of the universe, right? The first year, if we maintain the profits, so he immediately $500K or $300K, something in his bank account immediately, that secures him being here for a year. If by the year we hit the same metrics we were making before, right? He gets that other 200K into his account. That's $500,000 after 1 year.
I understand.
Right?
Yeah,
and then those last 6 months, if we're still on the growth pattern, we're still maintaining what the show was making, right? He gets his payout. That's definitely worth it. $1 million for...
And this would be illegal, by the way. But if I could get it in there and say, and we'll give you an extra $1 million if we can film you going in and voting for the Democratic presidential candidate. It's like it's $1 million bucks, baby. You don't have to believe in it. You just have to vote for it. $1 million bucks.
Bribery is hilarious.
Why would that be different than any other Republican?
Yeah. No, it's like the Elon Musk, the drawing, right? He's like, ooh, if you register to vote, you'll get $1 million check. Everyone go vote. By the way, I hope you're Republican.
Welcome to Band World, buddy. We appreciate your support all throughout the episode today. Thank you so much for helping our little engine that could thrive. Thank you, Pokey Gaga. We appreciate it.
You know what? Mr. Lawson says, and then after that, Kim gets bored and creates another universe to compete with this one. No, we put it non-compete.
No, contractually, yeah, you can't do it. You can't do it. Yeah. But I would, trust me, you guys, I am the Vince McMahon.
I'm getting a phone
coming
call.
in to this and uniting all the wrestlers all over the nation, because I would do LolCow wrestling and I would do a traveling LolCow wrestling show. You know, I mean, it would be awesome. It would be awesome. K-Nubs, I'd like one spot on the movie. There you go, baby. Thank you, K-Nubs, for the super chat, but I appreciate it, man.
Did we mention Pokegaga being part of Band World?
Yeah. Thanks for paying attention.
Okay.
I'm glad you showed up today.
No. I didn't hear it. I swear to God.
Thanks for stopping by.
Oh my God, Jaffe.
You're on my list of people to get rid of once this goes through.
Well, actually, no, because we didn't finish the list. We didn't finish every show. Like, I was going to ask you about Nightmare.
I love Nightmare. I don't know where we put him, but I would keep Nightmare. Nightmare's a good-looking guy. He's a good host. He can be a little vanilla. But I think you need pretty people in a lot of these slots, and he's a pretty male. He's a good-looking dude. He is. He's a good-looking dude. The ladies love him. I assume the gay men love him. He's got the tattoos going. He's got all that vibe.
He's a LolCow gay.
There you go. So, but I don't know where we would put him necessarily or what his show is, because I don't think he's, you know, and again, when you're really good looking, you don't have to worry about the fact that you didn't roll high stats in other categories. And in that, I think his on-camera stuff, we'd need to kind of figure out, is he the, you know, straight man for someone who's a little bit more over the top, or, you know, or maybe, are you saying he is actually gay or bisexual or whatever?
He's bi. He's actually bi.
Okay. So we give him like hidden cameras and send him out into bars and shit. I think we could do stuff like that with him.
Last time that happened, he got fucking date raped.
All right.
Fucking B4.
No. Who else?
God, what are the other shows?
The fact that you can't remember them.
We already spoke about Rebel. You already mentioned that one. Yeah. You know who we forgot? The literal show that's playing at the same time as us right now. What are I genuinely forgot their fucking name. Yeah, Cash. There we go. Yeah, Cash.
Who's on that show?
Denmark, Ken, and Scooter. We already said Scooter, so we're not going to.
So Scooter's gone. Denmark's gone. Ken,
you're gonna get rid of Denmark too?
Charging battery.
He's terrible. He's rubbish.
True.
Ken, though, is an interesting person because he definitely has some weird charisma about him. There's something watchable about Ken. I don't like him. But he's not fundamentally on the list of get rid of. But Denmark's an easy fire. Scooter's an easy fire. Ken, I think, is like, can we do something with this energy? Because I think the energy is unique and interesting, but I don't know what. Maybe it's like, maybe it's like, oh, I've got it. No. See this, you guys think too small. You think too fucking small.
Jaffe doesn't copy ideas. The fact that him and Yo Mama have the same thought on
and you take Eric.
It's talking over.
Face emoji.
Go ahead.
All right, go ahead and read it, Jaffe.
Jaffe doesn't copy ideas. The fact that him and Yo Mama have the same thought on Boogie was gold. Yeah, I don't. But what I would do instead is like, oh my God, I heard Yo Mama had this amazing idea. But no. Thank you so much, C. Carl, for that very, very generous super chat. What I think I would at least try with Ken, and again, seriously, thank you for that. What I would try with Ken is I would take him and I would take Eric and I would drop them like survival mode and I would film it because it would drive Ken crazy. Eric trying to help him survive and get home. Like if we drop them in the middle of like, Baja or something, I think that would be fucking hilarious. So maybe I would do something with Ken more like that, like find things that get on his nerves. I think it would be great. Anyway, the other thing I would do is I would start getting sponsors, like in the Hunger Games, right? Where if you look at the Hunger Games, and I'm not being silly by saying the Hunger Games, but like if you remember the movie and the books, you could find your person, and it's like, I like Katniss, I'm going to donate to send water to Katniss or whatever. I think the idea of if we did something like Ken in the wilderness with Eric, and it's like, hey, for $20 they get a bottle of water from Dasani, or I think we could actually make a lot more money if we would brand the fuck out of it, as long as it was in context of the shows and stuff. So
speaking of proper branding, did you hear that one of our amazing, wonderful coworkers almost died in a fire last night, Jaffe?
No, that's content.
Yeah, Iceman Oz.
Here's the stream.
Yeah.
I've described Iceman to you. He's the guy who's like a recovering meth, cocaine, heroin. No, not heroin. He doesn't do anything with needles.
Do I want to watch other people's
Pretty much
bullshit
everything.
shows? These are boring, but I guess. Sure.
But he goes home from his IRL stream,
Really, really close
and
to.
his apartment's on fire.
Like I really connected the pit. Whoa.
What?
You can see smoke in the
What?
room.
It's on fire.
Yeah. I don't believe it.
What the fuck?
Well, the fire department came by him.
What did you do? Did
What
you
the
not
fuck is going on?
rid them cigarette?
And this is, I'm in a different headspace. I'm in a different headspace right now. This is the problem with this. If they actually set a fire for
There's no way
content,
this
which
is-
they
this is gotta be a
probably
joke.
did,
This has got to
which
be
they
a fucking
probably
joke.
did,
I mean, it does
now
look smoky
they're
in
on the
their
hook.
nightmare.
If
Guys look really
it's
smoky.
in the fire department, if it turns out that, or even if he said it and Keemstar didn't approve it, but he did it for content.
What the
Yeah,
fuck
this is the shit they do, and it's really.
Yeah, I do want to say, if you watch this reaction,
Connected the pit. Whoa.
it's
Like I really
oh,
connected the pit.
1, 2, 3, 4.
What?
Okay, 4 seconds, and there's a fire extinguisher in someone's hand. That is the fastest fire response I've ever seen from somebody. If it's real, that dude, whoever this guy is, this side show Bob character in the background, that is the fastest.
The goddamn hero.
He should be a firefighter. This guy who came
the next after we drop off the lie detector expert with Kid behind the camera to see if he actually did or didn't assault his wife, then we send him there. I think if we actually let's clean the swamp. Right? Let's
drain the swamp.
Let's drain the swamp. Let's get rid of all the bullshit.
LolCow great again.
At Willie the Fridge super chatted.
Thank you, Willie the Fridge. I'm
Number
glad
one
we
show in
finally
this
did a show on
universe.
YouTube you could understand that wasn't too complicated, buddy.
And
He
Richie
watched
Smell.
Madhouse all the time and he was so confused. Willie the Fridge, thank you so much, buddy, for the super chat. We very much appreciate that. Thank you, pal. Thank you.
Did you get Red Shoes medal above?
No, I didn't even see it.
$2,
Normal
Jaffe.
donos.
It didn't pop.
Yeah.
Jaffe, he's a chain smoker. Thank you, Red Sheets.
Fuck with
Probably left a bud lit. Yeah, that's a likely story. Meaning
smokes way
Mike,
too much.
Kid behind the camera, probably wrote it. Very cheap, very easy. But yeah, thank you, Red Sheets, for supporting the show. We love you, buddy. Thank you, sir. Why do you roll your eyes whenever I bring up Kid behind the camera? He's a no talent hack. And what I hate about him the most
genuine
is
thoughts.
he likes to run his mouth like he thinks he's some kind of WWE kayfabe savant. And I'm like,
So,
dude, you're dinner
genuine-
theater at best. You're WWE dinner theater at best.
So genuine thoughts. Like I obviously don't like the idea of what happened to him personally, within family matters, right? But I can at least,
He was on
to
Family
some
Guy.
degree, well, fucking, don't bullshit. All right. No, but like, the point that I'm trying to make is like, in terms of entertainment, he actually did create something at one point, right? With Angry Grandpa, right? So there is something great that actually came out
Right.
of
He
it,
took
right?
a camera and he filmed his grandpa.
Well, I think it's way more than that
His
because
father,
it's
yeah.
as simple as just saying, "Oh, so you just fucking you just made a video game." Like we can make anything
it's
simple.
It's not that.
There's way
reductive.
more to it, obviously, right? Okay, so that we can agree on that. There's more nuance than just fucking.
There's
You
not
just
way
did
more.
something and that was it.
There's a small bit more.
There's a
Hold
difference
up, there's
between.
planning that's put. Hold up, it's not just you just make code and then slap it together and then boom, you have a
But
game.
the
There's way more.
analogy doesn't work. Kid behind the camera is Angry Grandpa. Now, again, I didn't watch a lot of it, and I know that's where Tina came from. I'm not saying it wasn't compelling entertainment. I'm saying it was easy to create entertainment, comparatively speaking. And he got lucky because he happened to have these people in his life that he recognized that they were compelling freaks to film. That's fair. But the idea that he was up every morning, you know, making the shows better and scripting I maybe, but I don't think so.
I mean, but that's what that's the legacy that he left behind. He's the one scripting it. Like, sure, these people may be unhinged, but if you put them in front of a camera without like a script or anything along those lines, I mean, what are they really? You know, it's like actors. You can put them in front of a fucking screen, but if you don't have a script for them to follow or a story to follow or a character to become, then what's the point?
Here's a real question then, right? Because was Angry Grandpa himself the creative act of the character, like we believe Tina to be? Because I think Tina genuinely is this unhinged fucking meth lord, fucking drug dealer person, right? Yeah. How much influence does Kid Behind the Camera have for making Tina the person she is versus his father, you know, Angry Grandpa? Wasn't he always just like this, and he just was able to like point the camera and collect the money from it?
I don't think that's the case, because there have been times where he's been, again, like there's been times where like Kid Behind the Camera, he just like invented some issue that's going on when it's not really happening, right? Just to get his fucking
he has 9 videos on his channel about getting divorced to his wife. Finally, the divorce going through, and then like the end of the episode is like, oh, not really, we love each other, right? Like it's not like he made a fucking soap opera. He didn't make Game of Thrones, right? He just reused like clickbait fucking drama, like most people can do. I imagine most people can see what clickbait drama would be fancy.
But successfully is different, right?
Because his father was a great character. Keemstar.
Gentlemen, what's going on?
Hello.
What's going on, bro?
I heard a message that you guys are trying to buy the LCU.
Well, we're not trying to. We're just discussing. We started off discussing what would we do if we ran the LCU.
Yeah.
And then we looked at some of very basic numbers that are available to us, and obviously it's not disclosure.
Yeah.
And we're like,
and Jaffe's tax guy said he needs to make an investment that's not just like into stocks. He needs to get like a small business under him. Yeah.
Yeah. And I was like, really? And Tech's like, I don't know, maybe Keemstar would take an offer. So we're not making an offer, but we're thinking about what would that look like. That's all. What did you call Keemstar? I know Keem called you. What did he say?
Well, no, he didn't call me. It was actually my car was getting towed. Don't worry about that.
Okay.
I was listening to a little bit before I joined in, and I heard you guys talking about Mike. Mike's actually been involved in a lot of stuff. Like at one point,
I bet he has.
He got at one point he got hired or was offered the job to work on Roseanne. So that was a real thing.
To do what?
To moisten her pussy lips or some shit, dog. Obviously.
To write.
All right.
To be one of the writers on Roseanne.
I am almost certain that's not true, Keemstar.
I know for a fact it is. I've seen the communications and.
Are you talking the Roseanne sitcom or like her new like white supremacy
podcast
YouTube shit?
When she came back the second time to relaunch Roseanne before she got canceled, she was bringing Mike on as one of the writers, and then she got canceled.
Yeah.
Okay. Well.
But, you know,
so he's done. And then at one point he did have an offer to go with the WWE, but then he would have to quit his YouTube stuff. And he didn't do that. He was going to be one of the writers over there too. I'm telling you, he's
if any of that's true, Keemstar, if you're not being lied to, then I don't think you're getting your money's worth, because I mean, I think he's rubbish.
He's rubbish in the sense that it's not your style of entertainment.
No, it is my style of entertainment. I gave you guys when you did that thing, Keemstar, with Rastoff, and you fired him, and then in the same episode you're like, and he's going to LolCow Live. I'm like, okay, that's a good bit.
Yeah,
that was twisty, that was turny, that was surprising.
But that's a Keem brain idea, not a Kid Behind the Camera idea.
Yeah, that's
I don't know whose idea it was, but I'm like, okay, that is when it works. But 90% of it is like he's phoning it in. It's like, oh, who's getting fired today? I'm like, really? Yeah, did you hear some of our ideas? I mean,
outside the mic thing, we have some money to spend for Jaffe's tax attorney or whatever the fuck, right? And we did say, you know, 850 seems like a good idea, right? With a little like stage-in fee where we give you some money over the course of like a year and a half. I
didn't say that. I said based on what I know based on what has been disclosed publicly. That's all I have. And I'm not a business guy like that. I'm certainly not a business guy like Keemstar. I would go to my 3 guys and I'd say, watch this video, watch some of the LCU stuff. If we were going to actually make a real offer and you guys want to invest in something, is this a good investment? I think it potentially is. And then Tech is like, well, what would you offer? I'm like, I don't fucking know. I'd start with $850K and then, but I would make it.
Don't say the max.
Yeah, I wouldn't. I would say a real offer based on after talking to those 3 guys that do all my business stuff, not me.
Well, I'm just guessing. I'm guessing right now because I have to look at like everything in detail to really understand the value of the LCU. But I think the LCU is worth about $4 million right now.
Fucking called it. Oh my god. Oh my god, I'm a genius.
I think it's worth about $4 million because
I told you to do that.
It makes it makes over $1 million a year in its first
year. Denied it.
In its first year of existence, it made over $1 million. And it wasn't even completed until October. We only got the 24-hour circuit in October. So it was like.
So you think $4 million is a fair offer price for the whole thing?
Right now. Yeah. Or maybe more. This is guessing. I'm only guessing. I'd have to really look at it. I can't hold myself to $4 million because we also have all this tech built, right? That's worth God knows how much, you know.
What is the tech? What do you mean? Now?
Well, we have the tech with the website, right? It's its own asset and it has a multiple just different.
It goes through verifications of like connections to YouTube and Discord and does that verification for you already. And it shows what shows are live and it shows you what like a biopic of like who the hosts are. It's built, right? But it's not like a normal business. It's an entertainment.
It's not
group.
like you can't like you're not buying that. You can get that off the shelf at this point.
Yeah, 4 to 6 million is a huge number, right? It would have to require like you sticking around for like a year to 2 years. Right, to kind of support the show's transitions.
I think most buyers would want me to stick around for at least 2 years or a year.
Yeah.
I think there are key man contracts you'd have to do.
Plus, look, I think for Keemstar, right, he gets money now, right? He goes back to doing whatever he wants to do as a rich man, and he doesn't have to fucking manage Boogie, who's fucking up every day, right? You have I don't know. Look, there's a lot of things that Keemstar has to deal with that he wouldn't have to deal with anymore.
For him.
Well, that's the question for you, Keemstar. Is this like just you do it because it's fun and it's a hobby, or is this like your primary business these days?
No, this is like a video game. Like if you were playing YouTuber Simulator, like it really is a hobby. Like because guys like me, Mike, and Boogie to a way lesser extent. Like he knows how to do it, but he doesn't know how to execute, how to be a good YouTuber, right? We really know this stuff, and to take someone with absolutely no talent and watch them have some success just by guiding them with the knowledge that we have it's very rewarding. It is.
I imagine, though, would you rather do that, or would you rather sell the company and and maintain a percentage ownership to a group of people that want to do more than treat it as just a hobby? Like I look at this and I go, when the wind is blowing just right, I see like, the revival of the Jackass brand, or I see it needs to be bigger than it is, but there's just too much baggage to get it there. And I wouldn't look at it as a hobby. I'd look at it as like, what a fun challenge. Can we actually put this more into the culture? Because I assume we all agree that there's a challenge with the current business of getting new people in, because it's very inoculated. It's very insular, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it is. And that is an ongoing problem. And I definitely plan on tackling that issue this year. And we've already started the process, right? Starting to establish over on Kick. It's not like the Kick channel is wildly successful or anything. Not that we have a big impact over there. But as we start porting over to more platforms and whatnot, then we'll utilize more strategies to involve the popular, relevant people on those platforms to look at us. But all this stuff just takes time. Right now, what people truly care about is what's happening here. When you start talking about things that are happening outside of here, you lose the audience. Like they are hooked on this, and
right. But it's hard to bring in new people.
Exactly. That's the problem with it. That's the problem with
Balancing
it.
Act.
But I think eventually, there'll be a breakout moment where a guy like Iceman, right, gets into a war with some YouTuber outside of the network, and then everyone has an opinion on it, and then there's a response. And collaborations in the entertainment business are forced these days. They're rarely like set up, oh, let's work together on something. No, they're forced because one person's attacking the other person, and it's a forced collaboration. And eventually I see this thing spewing outside into the mainstream.
But so right now you would consider an offer where you stay on as a partner, growing this like hobby for you, right? There's this fun challenge, this YouTuber simulator, where Jaffe becomes essentially what Mike is, right? The creative director who wants to push it towards a different experience, a new height.
I feel like if I were to do that, I feel like under a new ownership, I think people would just quit.
But not if you're still there.
Well, who would quit?
Xylee.
Who would you worry about quitting? I don't care if Xylee's
gone,
quits, but
immediately.
like I assume we would do percentage ownership to people that we value. Like obviously Billy would get an ownership, not like a voting ownership, not like a stock, but he would be able to invest if he wanted shares so he could have a payday down the road and a better salary. You'd keep people like Billy, your mama, the people who are the real talent, but I don't give a shit if, Sweet Tea quits. I'd prefer her not to necessarily, but who gives a shit, right? There's probably like 10 people you'd really want to make sure stay. And everyone else, probably want to replace with more talented people anyway. I mean, you can't say that publicly, but behind the scenes, if it actually was a thing we were talking about, I'm assuming there would be key man agreements for the people that would be obvious, and everybody else is like, stay, don't stay, whatever you want to do.
I don't know if I really would be. I don't know if I could sell now because I don't know what this is. No one's ever done something similar to this.
Yeah. Well, I mean, getting let's say you just sold let's say 51% ownership. Right, you're still in it for your investment, right?
I wouldn't want to do that though. I would want to make sure Keemstar feels invested, but I would want to make it my next project. I'd be like, I want to make the next Jackass.
Okay, well, let's say Jaffe comes in at 40% and Keemstar maintains his 60%, right? So
I would never do that. I would never do that.
Well, then what numbers are we talking about here? Because look,
why would I buy less than ownership into a company that I want to help expand? What's the point?
Well, tell me what number you're comfortable with.
Majority share ownership. So probably 70%. So we can make sure Keemstar gets 25 and we can have the remaining 5% to give to people that we want to keep on board.
Like an incentive.
I tried that method with Happy Punch. And then I had a partner that just completely stopped working. FouseyTube.
That's true.
Yeah.
And then I was just left with.
Well, yeah. I mean, if you're not interested, I won't even look into it. This is Tech's brainstorm.
Yeah. Look, FouseyTube, I understand, right? But I don't think Billy's gonna be like a FouseyTube. If Billy got like a little percentage here, right? We have enough talent here who's more business minded that could handle investing in this as an actual business, like their first startup or whatever.
I'm not asking them to invest. I'm saying that in order to keep Bookie on for 3 years, you get 2% of the company if you meet these markers. He can't get 2% and just phone it in. Yeah. He still has to work. And
real structured contract about this.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. But it's possible, is what you're saying, Keem. There's a possibility here of us coming in on this.
I am definitely interested in exploring. I'm definitely interested in looking and evaluating my company and trying to figure out what it's worth. Because I'm only guessing that it's worth about $4 million. I'm interested to see what kind of offers come. But as far as am I interested in selling? I don't know. I need way more information.
Well,
I don't know what this thing is worth. I'm only guessing based on.
Right. Yeah. I mean, how would you go about getting that information? I mean, we could tell you the stuff I would want to do with it, but how do you find that?
Keem would have to get in contact with someone with the offline TV people, how they have really managed their little group streaming service that they have with their other channels, right? Or the people that are with Asmongold, right? Their little community, and seeing how that went. Or
I would get a meeting with Night TV. I'd have them go through. I'd give them all the information. I'd give them all the revenue that these things are making, that the shows are making, and whatnot. And then they would evaluate the company. I mean, they're really the leaders in in this industry. They represent the top talent. I work with them directly. I've sold my company to them, so I'd have them give me an evaluation, and then we go from there.
Okay. All right.
But it's on board. But you know what that means, right, Jaffe? That means
I have to call these fucking guys and pay them a lot of money to watch this 2-hour show.
The lawyers, yeah. But it also means watch your back, Xylee, all right? There might be a new manager in town.
No, Xylee would be behind the scenes only. I think she's good at certain things, but there's no way she stays in the current role she's in.
Just make her a VTuber or something.
You guys are trolling.
We're not trolling.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
I don't understand where these fuckers are coming from with this.
Well, that's a lack of vision for you. I've pitched you the shows, Keem. Not Keem, Grim. I've pitched you the shows that we would do.
Xylee
look identical.
Xylie's been on 2 different shows. She's been on Rewind, and she's been on Reapers. All right,
both top 5 shows.
Yes, right. So she has a proven track record. Currently, as I look at the leaderboard, Reapers is beating Rewind on the leaderboard. Reapers is the 4th biggest show on the network.
Right, but your whole point, and I agree with you, which is it's very limited in new people coming in. Xylee has a fan base, but if we're going to actually grow this thing, we can't be depending on a small fan base like that. We need somebody that's appealing to new people. And I mean, maybe I'm wrong, but I don't think Xylee's it. But maybe she is. I mean, I'd give everybody a chance, of course. But my guess is that she's got a lot of skill and talent, but it's probably, in the back office somewhere, not camera facing.
Well, you can bring in someone with an existing fan base. I've done it multiple times.
Right,
but
right.
When you do that, you are dealing with someone that is very hard to work with in every scenario. I've worked with programmers. I assure you, no one's as hard as a fucking arrogant British programmer. But yeah, you're right. You're right. It is impossible. You bring someone in, you explain splits to them and everything. They're all good. Then they work here for like 2 days and they're like, yeah, I need like 70%. It's like, I can't work. It ain't going to work. Right. And they're like, well, I don't understand. Like, I'm famous and da-da-da-da. It's like, dude, you just did a stream and you made $200. Like you're valued based on what you actually are doing here, not what you did in the past,
Yeah, that's totally fair.
Somewhere else.
I get that.
So,
I get that. Yep.
But it's really tough. And
if you're interested, I will spend a little money and time with my guys, and we'll actually kick it around. And if I don't want to do it, if you're like, dude, there's no way I'm selling this place. But it sounds like, correct me if I'm wrong, you're kind of open to at least the thought experiment.
I would explore it for sure. You know what I'd be really interested in is you pitching like what you would want to do with it. Like
that's what we just did this whole episode.
The first hour of the episode was exactly that.
Long term, not just short term. Short term, there's a couple people get fired and this and that, right? I assume that's what you said.
We did new shows, new show concepts.
Yeah, make everything. Boogie the slave of Yo Mama.
No,
put Tina D in like an RV and take her to Compton. While we
okay,
do
but you're not pitching my shit very well.
You're
not pitching my shit.
It's hard to pitch.
Pitch.
But look, we put Tina D in an RV, right? We rent an RV for a month. We take her to LA or something, and then during that time, we do hold on. We do like a makeover of her house.
You send Tina and her son to a fancy resort in Maui, and you film that. You get the fish out of water shit, which is going to be a fucking nightmare for everybody involved. It'll be great content. In the meantime, unbeknownst to her, we're tricking out her trailer so we can move. And when she gets home, not only has the trailer been totally decorated in like Wakanda Forever, MLK, Black Panthers decor, but in the middle of her first stream, it starts moving. We hook up a truck to drive it around the country, and we're filming that. And that becomes like a whole 1 or 2 seasons of the Tina show, and you get money from meet and greets and autographs and all that as she
Wait a minute, where did you guys get this from?
Jaffe.
Mike's already planned all that out.
Yeah, I'm sure he has. Well, I've never heard it, and that's my plan.
Yeah, hypothetically. Yeah.
What do you think? Mike already planned. He's written the whole thing out.
Okay, well.
Type in ChatGPT right now.
Yeah, he's doing it right now after watching Crypt. Yeah.
And we have a show, and I'm not even joking. And that's more of, you don't want to, you got to be careful. You can't spend tons of money on this stuff, but that one's not that costly. I think you need a better morning show. I think it's a single morning show. And I think it is what Rewind does. You do like what ESPN does with like, these are the top 10 moments from the LCU yesterday. Watching Rewind conceptually, I get it. but it's 2 hours and they tend to spend so much time on one or two topics that if you're not into that topic, you move on. If you tune into a morning show every morning and one of their segments is, hey, top 10 LCU moments, people are like, shit, that show looks really good. And it's digestible for new people, right? So it's little changes like that, big changes like new shows. We would do LolCow Slave, where we move Boogie in with your mama. And he's basically like the plantation owner, but Boogie's the slave. And we would, it would be awesome. It would be, yeah, there's a whole little plan that we would present for sure.
Sounds interesting for sure.
Yeah.
Sounds very entertaining stuff.
Yeah.
All right. You guys should have a meeting with Mike.
No, Mike, we've already got Mike. We've got Mike's situation.
He's already playing a fire.
Do the Mike bit. The Mike.
Yeah, well, it's not
show.
a bit. We're gonna hire. We would have the audience raise the money to get a lie detector expert and go to kid behind the camera and ask him, "Did you beat your wife?" And if it turns out he did not, then I'll make a public apology and he can stay on. But if he did beat his wife,
I like that idea.
Yeah, or
of course,
we show like
but
pictures.
Then he has to go. He has to go.
We show Mike pictures like, here's a hot 20. We don't tell him it's a 24-year-old. Like, look at this girl. How hot is she? And it's just they get younger. I'm joking.
Oh, yeah. No, lie detector. Right.
How hot is she?
I wish lie detectors were actually worked, but they unfortunately
You're already mopping for this guy.
It's sweeping.
Lie
it's not mopping.
I mean,
it's mopping because he fucking killed the idea and he's cleaning up the blood. What I'm telling you is that lie detectors are good enough to be admissible for evidence in courtrooms. They work well enough.
I thought they weren't.
They get thrown out, Jaffe. They've been proven for the past 5 years to just not be as effective. Yeah, there's so many strategies like cheat a lie detector.
Okay, then we can go and do medicine. There is literal truth
serum. Fuck it.
Oh
yeah.
That's a real thing.
Interesting.
We make him pinky swear to like a Catholic priest or something.
Right. Well, no. We can do serum. And the other thing we could do also is I'm so tired. I don't mind if people think I'm a creepy old man. I may very well be a creepy old man, but I would love to do like LolCow forensics where people are like, okay, my computer against Xylie's computer.
Who watches the weirdest porn? Yeah.
Who watches the weirdest porn? And whoever wins gets knocked off. And at the end of the season, it's like, okay, the freakiest motherfucker on LolCow is this person, based on the forensics, and this is what we found. I mean, these are easy to do shows, don't cost a lot of money, but they have Tech's point, and I think he's right, and I think you see this, is you've got to bring new people in, and if you need a high concept that is digestible for someone who's never watched, doesn't know what the fuck LCU is. It's like, shit, they're taking people's computers and putting them through forensics and competing about who's the freakiest. I don't have to know who Sweet Tea is, and I don't have to know who Xylie is for that to get me in.
Yeah.
And then the seeds start taking like, oh, now I like Sweet Tea, but I'm there to begin with because the concept.
The A circuit maintains the fan base that likes this shit, who's been here for a while, and the B circuit, their main goal is just to attract external eyes.
Well, I don't think it's B circuit. I think
I do.
I think it's the A story and the B story, but it's all one show. You start splitting it up into shows. It's too much.
I like the split.
Well, we're a victim of our own success. The main show live, right? It was number 5 in super chats for the entire United States on YouTube. We beat Speed, we beat H3, we beat everybody. And the people that are in the top 4 spots, no one knows who they are. They're like, Jesus give me money for Jesus bullshit, right? So how do you change the formula when you have that much success? I mean,
that's why live maintains what live is, but you have to experiment with what I think the B circuit's a good idea and use them to experiment these like standalone shows, standalone concepts.
Whatever. My point though is that if we all agree the number one problem for growth is getting new people in. And however that gets solved is fine. I don't care whose idea we go with, but the main thing is you need these shows to work at a conceptual level if you don't know who the characters are. It's kind of like if you're a kid going in and buying a comic book back in the day, you don't have to know the characters of Supergirl and Martian Manhunter to go, that cover's cool. They're going to blow up the Eiffel Tower. That looks like worth reading. And then you discover whether you like that character or not. But right now, the thumbnails only matter. Oh no, Scooter's getting fired. I'm like, who the fuck is Scooter? Who gives a shit? Moving on, right? That's the issue. However, it gets
Ashes to
solved.
Ashes in chat says, does Keem realize that most of us aren't fucking rich and can't donate to every show every fucking day? I can't realize that if the shows are successful every day, day in and day out, you know?
Well, they're not
The
all
show-
successful, and that's the problem with the B circuit is that you're spreading out your audience, and they only have so much to give, which I guess for you works,
but you can
because
also
the money's the same for you, but for the host, it's.
Chad, if you are rich, go ahead and drop a 10, drop a 20.
Ashes did, by the way. She's donated today.
Thank you,
We
Ashes.
appreciate it. Thank you, buddy.
Let's get some more
The
money.
point is there's no expectation for Ashes to donate to every show. You know, there's not. You know?
I agree.
But there is a hope.
There's a
that she
hope.
will.
There's a desire.
All
If
you
there's a hope,
to
there's a
be an
way.
active member of the LCU, you have to pay $10 a month. You get access to the Discord. I mean, you have access to almost everything.
By the way, Keemstar, that is also something I would do. I would like when I was doing Madhouse, it was a massive job
Actually,
to come up with
super
reasons
chatted
people
$10
donate.
being rich.
Docket teams are one thing, although there's also a way Tech and I have found to totally industrialize that. It's ridiculous. But regardless, though, having a team that's like your job and you're on the payroll, your job is to find reasons to donate super chats to each show. And it's building the games, it's building the fonts, it's building the whatever it is that show needs to get people to donate, because that's a huge amount of effort to come up with compelling reasons for people to open their wallet. And that's a full-time 1 or 2 man job just sitting there brainstorming all day. And so it's hard to give that to the host when they're doing their own shit. So something else.
Here's the best tip I have. The shows that are successful in the LCU are interactive with the chat, right? Chat donates, something happens, you know? If it's a video game to them, like it's a video game to us, I mean, we're playing a game here. We're playing, you know, YouTuber simulator, right? If it's a video game to them, then they don't mind, you know, throwing a few bucks to play the game and watch something happen on screen. So what really sucks is when you are covering a very interesting topic, right? And you're compelling and you're telling a great story to the audience and your viewers are spiking. You're not losing a single viewership. You're making no money, right? Because you are actually doing a great job as an entertainer. So that's like, unfortunately, one of the things that we have to deal with. And, you know,
which
that's
is why we
see,
would also, if I were to buy the network from you, we would make advertising a thing and brand awareness a thing, because then you can have shows that are successful.
Oh, the Ken survival one. Put Ken and Eric F in a fucking forest and then have people donate to like give them water, give them like a fucking Salisbury steak.
But it's water from Dasani, or
it's
water,
sponsored by
it's French fries. Yeah, it's French fries from McDonald's. You know, I mean, they're not going to sponsor. McDonald's won't, but you know,
someone might. Yeah,
there is a way to counter the fact that you're absolutely right. The more entertaining the content actually is, the less they donate. But some shows could probably get away with that if there were sponsors, which we would want to bring in.
Yeah, and especially with using the power of like, we were the 4th most donated super chat fucking channel, right, in the United States. Use that and say, well, we're starting a survival show with Ken and LolCow fitness, LolCow survival, whatever you want to call it, right?
No, not fitness. Nobody wants fitness. I want
fitness
Ken
dick in your
losing
mouth.
his
Anyways,
shit.
yeah, but then you
I
have
want
this
Ken
go on.
losing his shit because he's got to get him and Eric home every episode, and they don't know where we've dropped them off. And Eric's trying to be helpful, and Ken is just trying to be the military guy. And
trying to fix them.
And it gets better. You get like fucking a sponsorship from White Claw, and it's like, well, Ken has it down a White Claw because we got a 50. Now he's drunk trying to get Eric on.
As soon as you start getting into these elaborate plans, right, then you got to look at expenses, and then you know, you end up doing a lot of shows that cost more money than what they bring back, right? But you get a benefit of like creating a fan, right? But then they expect that type of stuff all the time, and so you know, they're not easy challenges to fix. It's a nonstop war of problem solving.
Yeah, you've got to have low-hanging fruit successes and shows, and I think we could do that with a morning show and a night show.
Yeah, hold on, it is nonstop, which means bringing in someone who's worked with like these massive teams in the creative space, David Jaffe, would be a good investment for both parties involved.
By the way, speaking of investments, Red Sheets Metal, thank you so much. Not enough bears and bats talk. Thank you, buddy, for your super chat and donation. We appreciate it. Willie Fridge says, I'm rich. Here's $10. There's to being rich. Thank you, buddy, for supporting the show.
Thanks.
And then Willie also says, I like how uncomfortable Grim is. Grim, you got to get some stones, baby. You got to stop.
What do you mean get some stones? What do you mean by that?
I mean, you have to get some testicles.
Pussy.
Some.
Okay,
stuff.
yeah, I understand that, but for what? What specifically? What's the issue?
Because you're so worried
Scared.
about things.
Keem's here and you're just all tight.
It's just anxiety. That's all it is. No, it's not because of Keem.
Take some fucking
just make that
Zoloft.
first and foremost. I don't give a shit about him. Okay, I'm not worried about that.
Like the rest of us. Jesus Christ.
I'm not. Absolutely not.
Pussy.
All right. Been fired by this guy. I don't give a shit.
we should have a meeting and we should cook up stuff for this show. That's what we should do. We should be cooking stuff for this show.
Okay, so then do not worry about talking to my guys then.
No, we're
investing. You can.
I don't want to if you have zero interest.
No.
In
He's
selling.
interested. We have reasons. It's kind of tough to deal with Boogie on your own as Keemstar. Imagine if it was us also fucking with Boogie. All right. I think there's potential here, Jaffe. Don't bow out.
We'll talk about it. I'm not bowing out. It's going to cost me $10,000. These guys each make $2,000 an hour. I'm going to say, watch this 2-hour video. This is our thought process. That's it's $12,000. It's going to cost me another
$50K for a lawyer on a deal that's worth $1 million to $4 million. I think
I don't want to do it if no one's interested.
Is this show over? God damn it! This show just ended. I have a really good idea. All right, tomorrow, if you guys do, let's put a goal out there for 500, right? And super chats tomorrow, right? You hit 500 collectively in super chats tomorrow. I'll let Mr. Jaffe run the LCU for a day.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
Interesting.
I need to think about that because I need to make
yeah.
sure I can do something in one day that will actually, because I assume what you're saying is that day will be almost like a proving ground of could this actually work? And so I might need a little. Let me think on that tonight,
I like it.
and we'll present it tomorrow. I like it.
We'll be on every show for Friday.
Okay. Do not be stupid, Tech. You don't want to be reckless.
On Friday.
Yeah, and great. And then what happens is if it doesn't go well, we lose the chance to actually get what we want. Put your fucking head on
Friday
and let me think about it.
Well, maybe we don't do the goal tomorrow. Let's put it off until we're really prepared, right?
Yeah. Because I want to make sure it's a real thing.
Okay. All right. Interesting. I will be here tomorrow and we'll talk more details on it and we'll try to figure it out. How about that?
Sounds great.
Good. All right. We're going to Rain, boys. See ya.
We're sending you to LolCow Rain, but Jaffe may own the LCU.
Get the fuck out.
come next month. We don't know how quick this will be.
Thank you guys. Thank you. Well, it won't be next month. Thank you guys so much for supporting the show, for the super chats, for the conversation. We appreciate it. We'll see you tomorrow morning at 9:00 California time, the only time that matters. Be well, be safe, and here's Rain.
Here's Rain.